Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Hooligans on a beautiful Saturday afternoon at Real Talk Studios, sponsored by Gibson Mayer LLC, Certified Public Accountants, 301 Oxford Valley Road, Yardley, PA, 215-369-3300. Our public accountants, make them yours. I am here with Rob and Scotty, our new addition to this show. He'll be on every single week.
What's going on, guys? Great to be here.
How you guys
Finally
doing?
back.
You guys doing good?
Awesome. Yeah, we just came from Brigantine, about an hour drive, AC Expressway.
Yeah.
Had a couple stops, but we're here ready to rock and roll, right?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's awesome. So the first thing we're going to talk about, obviously, is the game on Thursday. Cleveland Browns versus the Philadelphia Eagles, national TV. What a dandy that was. I literally had to force myself to keep myself open for this whole game, even though I didn't even want to watch it, but I had to see our practice squad, what they were. So what stuck out to you? Let's not talk about Nick Foles first. What stuck out to you other than Nick Foles not playing well?
You want to start with me?
Yeah.
Awesome. So this is my first preseason game I actually got to watch. I actually had off work, so I was kind of excited. Obviously, the third preseason game is like the dress rehearsal. Get to see most of the starters playing, so I kind of disagree where it was all practice squad. This was maybe the worst game in like 2 years of Eagles football. I mean, like, it was just so bad. I know it was a preseason game. You know, it's really vanilla offense, vanilla defense, but to not score a point and to barely move the ball, I mean, just throw this tape out. Throw it away.
Yeah.
What do you got to say about that, Rob?
Well, one thing that really stuck out to me would be the kicking game. Jake Elliott missed two relatively easy field goals. And we're talking about it being a 6-5 game, possibly a win. I mean, in preseason, but if he's missing field goals like that in the preseason, something's not.
When did he miss those
up.
kicks? Was that the third or the
He missed a
fourth
33-yarder.
33-yarder.
Was that in the first half or no?
That was in the
That was in the second
half.
Yeah,
half.
second
and then
half.
he
Yeah,
missed-
that was trying to make it 5-3, but he missed it.
Yeah, I mean, once Foles took that
That
safety.
was in the fourth quarter. The one of the field goals from Elliott.
Yeah.
And then I think in the third quarter he also missed one.
Once Foles took that safety, you know it was going to be a bad night.
Yeah.
I mean, just you got to know where you're at on the field. I mean, Foles, you could be like rusty. You know, you don't have Jason Peters in there, missing a lot of running backs, Alshon, whatever the excuse
Missing
is.
like half their starting cast.
But I mean, just throw the ball away.
I
Like,
know.
shit.
I know.
mean,
Yeah, but to be fair, they don't call him Big Dick Nick for nothing. He tripped over his big dick, and that's exactly what happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got.
So,
he's
I mean,
long and lanky. You know.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, listen, did Nick Foles play well? No. All right, I'm the biggest Nick Foles fan in this fucking room. Okay, let's just get to the point. Nick Foles, Super Bowl MVP, hero, legend, great, awesome guy. I got his jersey. It's coming in the mail. Ready for opening day. All right. I understand the guy didn't play well, but can people acknowledge that we didn't even have half our fucking starters out there for this game? Like, he was looking at Zach Ertz pretty much the whole time on offense during the first, second, and he wasn't even in the third quarter. First and second quarters, he was zoning in on Zach Ertz the whole entire time. And Myles Garrett, that guy's going to be a beast. He was zoning in on Nick Foles the whole time. He was out there.
He was on top of Big V, right? He was Big V guard number. He's the on the other side.
Little V got his shit
Little
pushed
V,
in.
Like
yeah,
he did.
2 weeks in a row
2
now.
weeks in a
right?
row, too. Like, he wasn't blocking for nobody. Didn't even matter who was out on that field playing quarterback. Little V wasn't blocking nobody.
Halapulavati Vaitai, right?
Yeah. But when
I
when
like
he
Big
doesn't
V.
play well, that's what I call him. When he plays well, I'll call him Big V.
Now, I'm going to go to the poll question. Are you concerned with what you've seen as an Eagles fan in the preseason so far? I'm going to go with you, Scotty. What do you think?
It's like 50-50. I mean, if they come out opening night against the Atlanta Falcons, go down the field and score a touchdown on the opening drive, I think that'll put all this shit to bed. Especially if it's Foles out there. I think everyone will be buying Foles jersey at halftime, you know, again.
Yeah.
But if they have a couple bad drives, I mean, there's going to be shit in the streets.
Yeah,
You know, they're going to be burning down buildings. You know,
Buildings.
it's one or the other. It's either going to be positive or negative. So
Yeah. I'm not concerned because in preseason, Eagles in the preseason, it's like the opposite. They do well in the preseason. They end up doing horrible in the regular season. They do good. They do bad in the preseason. They end up doing well in the regular season. So it's like the opposite. That just goes to show how much preseason means nothing. Even Doug Peterson was saying it. It's an experimental thing. A lot of this in the preseason.
Right.
A lot of it's for experience. So to be honest with you, I'm not concerned at all.
Now, am I concerned? I'm absolutely fucking not. All right, and this is what I'm saying. Did you see that defense the other night? Did you
Defense
see
looked
defense?
good. Defense did
defense
look
looked
good.
phenomenal.
They looked
Also,
great.
Dallas Goedert, he shows flashes
Oh,
too.
yeah. And as a
every
rookie.
week.
Now, I've been wanting to say that Baker Mayfield, I think he's going to suck. I think he's going to be a bust. But if he's not going to suck, and I'm completely wrong on that, our defense completely shut him down.
Yeah,
And, you
they
know,
made him look like a rookie for
yeah,
sure.
it's a flip side to that. You know, I honestly, like I said before, I think he's going to be a bust. But our defense played pretty well
I mean,
for what we had out there.
It's the worst team going up against the best defensive line in the league, in my opinion. I mean, Fletcher Cox on a rookie quarterback, that's what he should be doing, you know? So, no surprise there for me.
Yeah. And I mean, like, the Browns. It's the fucking Browns. People said the Browns outplayed us. They scored 5 points on us. They scored 5 points.
It was just our offense that sucked.
Like, we didn't score a point. Like, I mean, everyone's like, oh,
and the kicking game, I guess you could say.
and that's another thing. That's another thing I got to bring up. Everyone's like, oh, Sudfeld looks great. He should definitely be the second stringer over Foles. Sudfeld is
yeah, that was fucking overhyped.
Yeah.
Sudfeld is a moving boulder. He has a lot of flash, but in the end, he does nothing. Like, he has a lot of zip on the ball, but he doesn't move the fucking ball. Like, I'm sorry. I watched this guy, and I'm like, this guy fucking,
He's a third stringer.
He's a third stringer.
Oh, yeah.
That's all he is. Sudfeld.
Who was sucking his dick the other day? Elliott Shore Park's like, oh, he could be a starter on, like, 5 other teams. I'm like, what are you watching out
like,
there?
are you
Nate
watching the same
Sudfeld?
games I'm watching? Like, dude.
Like the one ball where he had the guy wide open in the end zone. The guy steps out of bounds because it was inaccurate. Like, he was literally wide open in the end zone, and it wasn't a touchdown because Sudfeld fucked up the throw.
Yeah, Sudfeld's definitely. I don't want to see him on the field. You know,
He's trash. He's garbage.
He's not
you know.
good.
So I mean,
He looks good against third string. You know,
Right.
for
Of
whatever
course,
that's
because,
worth.
right. All right, Ralphie, what do
Even
we got
then
over there on Facebook?
Even then, it's not enough to put points on the board. So.
Yeah, true.
I'm gonna pull it up right now.
All right.
Awesome.
All right, so Ralphie's pulling up the comments over there on Facebook. So
Tommy says, yo, I'm not concerned at all. Frank says, no, relax.
relax.
Mike Parker said, what's preseason? Steve Conley also said, not really concerned. We had no major injuries, just shitty-ass football as well.
That was the shittiest game I've ever
It
seen.
was, and it was on
though.
national TV.
Yeah, it was
Not
horrible.
only was it on national TV, they had Joe Buck, they had Troy Aikman, they had Aaron fucking Andrews reporting on the sideline.
It was yeah.
It's a preseason game. What do you need all the stars
all
on
the
the
all the hoopla.
like?
right?
What do you need it for? Like, what the hell? Are you just trying to like put a spotlight on us?
It's for them too, like to get warmed up, I guess, for their
warmed up.
games.
They do it every Sunday.
They took like a 6-month break, you know. They had
6
to go-
months. What the hell do you need all that for?
Yeah, I
Like, I
guess.
mean, I understand the Giants and Eagles game we're going to in MetLife is going to be on Fox Thursday, but
that's Thursday night game.
that's a
yeah.
Thursday night game. But I mean, to get warmed up and then have the Cleveland Browns versus the Eagles as your warm-up tune-up game,
I don't
like,
know.
what the fuck is that shit?
It was intriguing. I guess you had Baker Mayfield, Foles,
He
but
sucks.
we just need our offensive line just played like shit, and then
Yeah.
Foles is he's just off right now. He's just shaky, you know.
Foles has
so,
never, ever, 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 ever played well in the preseason.
yeah.
Never.
Mm.
He shows up in the clutch moments. He brings it when it matters, and that's
Do you
why.
think it's him bringing it when it matters, or you think it's like Peterson like creating the offense for him, all the RPOs?
I think
and
it's him bringing it when it matters.
I
Yeah.
think it's.
You don't
I
think
think
it's
it's
the
It could be a
game
little
plan?
bit
I
of
think
both.
like a
All right,
system.
it could be a little bit of both.
Yeah.
It could be a little bit of both. Nick Foles, he threw perfect passes in the NFC Championship game and the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
but-
they had a great game plan too.
Right,
They
great
did.
game
There's
plan.
no
Did.
game plan right now. It's
Right.
just
You're not
all
game planning for
vanilla.
nothing in the
It's like
preseason.
playing Madden. You
Yeah,
know,
you're
it's
not
just
game
random
planning for anything.
plays.
Yeah.
It's
It's just
draws. It's
You're
you're
just
handing the ball off.
experimenting things. A lot of these plays they're running in the preseason, you probably aren't going to be even running in the regular season.
No, I mean,
So
No Philly special, right?
that play's retired, you know.
that'd be funny if they ran it against
They
New
should
England.
just do it like one more
yeah.
time. Why not?
Yeah. Just throw it for no reason, you know.
Yeah, just do it with Wentz. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt again, right?
Yeah.
So can we talk about Wentz? I mean, we really got. He's coming back. He's gonna start week 1, in my opinion. Like, I'm just excited. Are you guys not excited to see Wentz again?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
He
excited.
looked really good in warm-ups in that preseason game against the Browns.
I mean, he's our best player on our team.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
like,
yeah.
without a shadow of a doubt.
I'm excited to see the team come back.
You're not excited for Wentz?
I love Wentz, but I'm excited for the team to come back.
I'm excited for the
You know?
team, too, but I think Wentz is a huge piece. Because, I mean,
He's
his
the quarterback.
his development from year 1 to year 2, I mean, might be, one of the best ever.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like some Peyton Manning type shit.
Oh, yeah.
Brett Favre. So I'm really excited to see Wentz again. But
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, guys. You know how much I've been like bashing on Wentz in this offseason, and you know what? I'm not.
give him a chance.
No, I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say I'm sorry because I was majorly pissed off at him in that Rams game. Like majorly. Like you could ask my friend Danny. He saw the fire in my eyes. I was like,
So you were mad at the decision to run?
I was mad.
Yeah.
Like I was pissed.
Yeah.
So when Nick Foles took it over and did what he did, I was like, why the fuck do we need Wentz? We have Foles right here. And it's a bad decision because Wentz is a generational talent. But in the back of my mind, I was so pissed off at Carson Wentz that I was like, you know what? Foles won it. Anyone can fucking win it. I was like, fuck this guy.
So that like fueled your Foles train.
Yeah,
pretty much.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it did. And am I a little excited for Wentz to come back? Yes, because looking back at the highlights, looking back at the film, the guy's amazing. He's a stud. He had 33 touchdowns. He had 7 interceptions.
Second in the league. We're not playing, 2 or 3 games? How many
Yeah.
games did he miss in the regular season?
3.
Yeah.
And he still came in
He
second.
wouldn't have
33
played that
touchdowns.
Week 17 game anyway.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Ralph, you want to chime in?
I got more comments on Facebook.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
So Jeff
Yeah.
says preseason they were missing Jason Peters, Sproles, Alshon, Jay. Jump off the wagon, you doubters.
He's right.
Mike Parker says, I feel these games were purely for formation recognitions and trying to be in correct spots on the field, but plays don't have to be made. Chris says, we're going to be okay. And then Michael DeAndrea says, no, not really, just preseason. And a lot of players are out. Good time to work out the kinks.
Okay.
Because all these like loyal diehard fans aren't worried. It's like the national
We
and
shouldn't be
the
worried.
casual fans are
Well,
like,
why-
oh,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
sucked
But here's the
last
thing:
night.
why should you be worried when half of these guys are right?
I think it's just because
you're
we
not
looked.
played with J.J.
we
You
could-
don't
we
have Alshon out
scored
there.
0 points.
Now he wasn't playing.
That's-
Jason
you
Peters
know.
not being there, you can see the presence was
all
felt
three,
there.
all 3 your main backs the other night weren't even playing.
No.
Yeah.
So who the hell is Nick Foles throwing it to?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mike
That's what I was
Wallace.
saying.
Throwing it
No,
to Zach
no,
Ertz.
no, and that's the thing.
Wallace.
That's the thing that fucking pissed me off because I'm on the worst app ever called Twitter, and you have these fucking scrubs.
Why listen to them?
Talk-
They don't
be-
know what
be-
they're
because
talking
Most of
about.
it's
because it's
trolls,
more
though.
no,
Most
but
of
it's
it's
know what they
trolls.
talking
no,
about
but
at
it's
all.
it's more than one person saying it. It's the fucking hundreds saying the
Yeah.
same thing. It's like this guy's trash. I never want to see him again. He won you the fucking Super Bowl, and you're saying you don't ever want to see him again. Like, what kind of fucking respect is that? Like, these fucking aren't fans. They're assholes. Like, I'm sorry. I can't deal with
dumb.
that shit. Like, this
They're
guy.
like really dumb.
They're really dumb. You ask this guy to perform in the biggest game of your fucking lives. He does it, and then you're like, oh, I never want to see this guy again. And then I had someone comment to me on Facebook the other day saying, I don't like Nick Foles, but I respect what he did for us. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? I don't know what that even
There's
means.
some vendetta, they just, I don't know. They don't like him as a player, I guess.
I don't
He's
get
a
it.
great
I don't know,
person,
like-
but it is weird.
Like, I don't
There's
get
no
it.
respect there, like you said.
And I feel as if it's like, trying to be right that you didn't like Nick Foles to begin with,
Yeah.
and they're trying to like hold on about
Or
it.
they like compare
It's like
Foles.
it's like they want it. They'd rather be right.
It's
than
pedestals.
Yeah.
They're putting
Then
people up on
not-
pedestals.
Or
That's
they
what
Not
they're
see
doing.
the team win.
I feel like they compare Foles to Brady, and like Brady looked good in the preseason. Now Foles didn't. I don't know. It's something
it's
like they just want him to be good.
I'll
at
even say
all
this.
times.
You can't compare Nick Foles to Tom Brady. Tom Brady
Yeah.
is the best fucking quarterback of all
He's not gonna
time
be- he's not a
to
Tom
ever
Brady.
play. To ever play. Did he outduel Tom Brady? Yeah, some people can say that, including myself. Some people will say, he had an interception, which was tipped by Alshon Jeffrey. But,
Which should have been called by the way.
which should have been caught, and we would have blew them out.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think he did outduel Tom Brady. I really did, because the game plan was there. The execution was there. The Philly special was nailed perfectly. Nick Foles wanted the Philly special. He won the game for you. And then you had Brandon Graham, his favorite player, do the strip sack at the end. So I have to give him some credit because I didn't want fucking Brandon Graham. I wanted him gone. And that's his favorite player. But
I love Brandon Graham.
I wanted
BG
him.
all
I
day.
wanted him over Earl Thomas
Did
and,
you?
and Jason Pierre-Paul at the time. Not now. The only one I'd rather have.
Brandon
would be
Graham
Earl
just doesn't. He doesn't
Thomas.
show up on the stat sheet sometimes.
He doesn't, but he does
he's
a
one
lot
of the
more.
best.
He does a
run
lot more.
stuffers.
Yeah.
It's just his presence on the field
Yeah.
is
Yep.
unmatched.
Anything else there on Facebook, Ralphie?
Greg says, full disclosure, if we didn't win last year, I'll be throwing shit all over the place. Right now, especially since I hate Doug. But a Super Bowl win calms everything and cure hatred, at least for now. Zero worries or concern here. Win the games once it counts. I'll start worrying if needed.
Okay.
So I have a question for you, Kyle. Do you think Foles would have performed better if all the starters were back in the preseason?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
if you had Peters,
Well, another
you had
thing I
Ajayi.
saw, Zach Ertz was the only starter on the field that I could find.
I wasn't too
and-
happy with Ertz.
And
Thursday
and
night
it was
either.
and,
That's
and they
just
were like
me,
triple
but
teaming Zach Ertz
they were
because of
he,
it.
he was still
And
going.
Foles was like forcing the ball to him because the only one out on the fucking field that he could trust.
Ertz was still going down a
So-
little early for me. He was going. I mean, it might be
Mike
preseason.
Wallace is Mike Wallace, but he ain't been on the field. He ain't been on the team long enough to be able to
I
really
think-
build a connection with.
I'm gonna say this right now. I think it's early. I think Mike Wallace sucks. I don't think he fits with us. And
Jeffrey, I think he's at the end of his career.
Yeah.
But I think if he was alongside Jeffrey, with Jeffrey being the number one, him being the number two, I think he'll do well.
Also,
But Mike
Aguilar's
Wallace-
not playing either. So.
Yeah, but Mike Wallace is a number one receiver. No, that ain't
no,
happening.
he's not. He's
not happening.
He's like a 2 or 3, maybe.
He's a 2, maybe a 3.
Yeah.
So
And they're saying Mac Hollins might be gone now, so who's gonna fill in?
he's
that role?
hurt. I don't know what the fuck's going on
Yeah.
with him. He's hurt.
Yeah, there's been some weird articles out about Mac Hollins. Like
Hollins
he's not
is
like
hurt.
he's not producing or not.
Aguilar's hurt. Jeff, Jesus, dude,
Everyone's getting hurt. Yeah, I know.
these injuries are piling up, and that is what I'm
that is a
concerned about.
concern, right?
Because if we don't have Jeffrey week 1, I don't know. If we don't have some of these other guys week 1, I don't know.
Yeah.
So
It's odd, but you know what? It is the preseason. We have one more game against the Jets. Doesn't even matter. I'm going. I'm probably gonna sleep the whole fucking time, but I'm going because it's free. You know, so
all right.
whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go watch.
Looking at the comments on YouTube,
yeah,
looks like people are saying
and I have it up too.
Browns will be a playoff. I
Yeah,
don't know
that's
where is
fucking
all that
bullshit.
Where is all
Dude,
that
like,
shit coming
all right,
from?
I'm sorry, and I'm gonna repeat this, and I stick with my stances on everything. I never change them.
They haven't made the playoffs in 15 years.
Rarely I change them. The Cleveland Browns will suck yet again this year, and they'll be 2-14. Take that to the bank.
I think I have them
There's
like 5-11, 6
I have
and
them 6
10.
and
There is an
but-
over/under of 6 on the Cleveland Browns. I'm about to go down to AC after this and put $1,000 on that under.
Yeah, I believe
I
it.
swear to God, that is the easiest line I've seen in my life. All right,
Really?
people are on the Baker train like it's no.
What
other
is it?
day.
Hard Knocks? What's with all the Browns hype? Is
The
it
Hard
Baker?
Knocks.
Is it
That's
Hard
why.
Knocks?
Yeah, Hard Knocks. And like the Jets wanted Baker Mayfield. I know my friend Brian, bartender at Killarney, shout out, wanted Baker Mayfield. He wanted him, but I was like, dude, you're better off with Sam Darnold because he's a better talent.
He's got
Yeah,
a better arm.
I haven't seen much of Sam Darnold yet,
He's good.
but I've
He's
seen
really
with
good.
Baker. He does.
He's
I think
tall. Like Baker, I don't like them guys that are 6 foot and they're quarterbacks.
I mean, I like
how many of
Baker's
them-
presence, but I think he does lack the it factor. He just looks like a regular guy out there.
Nah. He's
you
got
know?
he's got a really good workhorse mentality that no quarterback that I can remember has ever had on the Browns in quite a long time. Probably since they were in the playoffs.
Oh, he's definitely confident. I
But
just
he's
don't
confident.
know.
He's got the work mentality. But how many of them 6 foot quarterbacks have actually panned out in this league before? Other than Drew Brees
and Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson. Well, Russell Wilson runs around and extends plays and gets his receivers open as he's running around and extending plays, and that's why he's panned
and
out.
those two QBs aren't on the Browns. Like you know,
Yeah.
they're on teams that actually have an upbringing and have potential. The Browns have no potential. They have the same coach and the same idiot from last year. They have this guy that has a huge fucking gut saying hike. Did you see that on fucking Hard Knocks? He's like
Which one?
Huck and his fucking gut moves.
Yeah.
And
They got Michael Kendricks talking shit.
they have
right?
Michael Kendricks talking shit.
He's a fit for them, though. He is a fit for them.
I guess. I
Yeah.
don't know.
But
I like Javarius Landry, but I think it's just I
He's
think their
good.
O line
I do like Landry.
I like Landry.
I don't know about their O line. I think it's still that Browns mentality.
Happy
They don't have Joe
Tony,
Thomas.
They don't
No
Joe
Joe
Thomas
Thomas.
no more, but that Bitono's
Who's
good.
their tight end?
He's a guard.
Oh,
David
Njoku. He's
Njoku,
trash.
he's a
know.
second-year, first-round pick. He's
Yeah.
This is
I don't know
second
if
year
he's
right
that
now.
good, but
I'm not sold on him yet. I like that Evan Ingram more than I like him.
Evan
The
Ingram on the
Giants
tight
Giants.
end.
He
Yeah,
just
I
got
don't-
injured last night.
they're
For
all
real?
right.
Yep.
Wow.
Is Saquon still hurt?
I think he
I
he
think-
has like a pinch in his calf or whatever.
Dude,
Yeah,
everyone's
something
getting
like that.
hurt. I know it's like the summer. It's hot as
And last
balls,
year,
but
same shit. A lot of her injuries last year with all the fucking, you had all the big name guys. J.J. Watt, Deshaun
that was
Watson,
mid-season. Hopefully
and
we don't.
Aaron-
Hopefully we're getting rid of the injuries
Aaron
now.
Rodgers,
You know.
Carson Wentz. I mean, Jesus Christ, with all them injuries last year.
Yep. It's insane, you know, but I just don't. I don't know where all the Cleveland Brown playoff hype's coming from. I don't understand it. Ralphie, what do you think? I mean,
I don't understand it either.
no.
I don't.
I think they're an improved team, but I don't have them making the playoffs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're an improved team.
I can see them winning 7 to 8 games this year.
At the most.
They have, but they're not going to win. They're not going to make the playoffs.
They're still the worst team in their division, I think.
They still got the Steelers twice a year.
They got the Bengals in that division, too.
The Bengals twice, the Ravens twice. I mean, that's not an easy division right there, especially with Pittsburgh.
Remember that Cincinnati Cleveland rivalry right there, right? we know all about the Ohio rivalries now, right?
I just gotta address something. Dustin Westcutty, he says, "Bro, is that Nitro Freak?" Yes, it is. This is me. Just gotta address that. Yep, that is me.
Start introducing yourself as Nitro Freak.
Nah, I can't do that. It's a different show.
Nitro out. Nitro out.
Nitro out. Yeah, but yeah. I mean, other than these people like going on their hopes and dreams, yeah, the Browns aren't making the playoffs, guys. No. It's just not happening. It's not. The Browns suck, and they're gonna remain that way until they get a new head coach. You know, and the coach's mom and dad and brother just died. Like in the same summer.
Oh yeah, Hugh Jackson. I saw that on Hard Knocks. That's unfortunate.
And his mother.
Yeah, and you saw what happened with Andy Reid when his son died. Like,
when did we go? Like,
it was his downfall.
It was like 8-8, 6-10.
4-12.
Yeah.
Was it 2012? That was the summer.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, his son died, and it was all downhill from there. You know, we went 4-12 that year. So I just don't see where all the hype's coming from. But like going back to the poll question, do I think that there's cause for concern for the Philadelphia Eagles this year? Looking at the preseason, no, I don't. And sometimes you can look at the preseason because back in 2012 when Michael Vick was getting rushed and our offensive line sucked, you could see some major holes there. But, you know, it's a little different because
the starters aren't playing.
The starters aren't playing, and I feel like the offense will move a lot quicker when Wentz does come back, when Peters comes back.
I mean, you could even tell from the play calls, it was just so vanilla, like really, you know, throwing the ball short on like 3rd and long.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't.
The Browns threw it at one point on 4 straight.
Yeah, they went for it
on the
4th
goal
and
line, and they threw it like all 4 times. Like, what the fuck? I was even saying to myself, like, what the
bad
fuck?
coaching.
Yeah,
well, Hugh Jackson, like I said, I think they're not taking the next step with him as the coach. He's a
yeah. Why would they keep him? You bring in a new GM. Let the GM hire the new coach.
How do you go?
Right?
How do you go 0-16 and keep your job? Like what?
Or was it?
Or how about 1-15?
How does Marvin Lewis go 0-7 and still have his job? Yeah,
it's the Bengals. You know.
I don't. Oh yeah.
They don't care about their fans there. What's Stephen A. Smith say? They don't care about winning.
I'm going to defend that just a little bit. Only reason why I'm defending that is because, it looks bad on paper. But they see a foundation with the Cincinnati Bengals there, and they see that Marvin Lewis may be the only fit for that kind of franchise, that team, because that team has been in the papers for getting arrested.
They have
and
so
all
many
shit.
problems.
They
it's almost
so
like
many
It's almost like Andy Reid.
And
like
even then, he's had so many issues.
Like
controlling
Andy
his
Reid,
players.
like covered up all the holes. I feel like that's what Marvin Lewis does. Like he patches all the team together.
I feel like they just don't want.
Maybe players like playing for him.
Yeah,
maybe that's it.
I don't think they want to let go of him. Like I think they don't see another. They don't see a better option for.
I mean, if they don't make the playoffs this year, though,
he's
got to
gone.
be.
Yeah, he's axed. Yeah, I mean, it comes a point in time where it's like you're not good enough, and we see that he's not good enough, but at the same time, some franchises are basically saying thank you and giving him another shot. So, I mean, I could see it, but I don't know. We got anything else there on Facebook?
Nope.
Nope, not right now. Let's go over to YouTube side. F. Deems chimes in. He says, defense looked great. Baker is going to be good. I disagree with the second part. David Roska chimes in. Browns will have a great start to the season. Who do they play first? The Steelers?
That's a loss.
That's a loss, so that's not a great start at all.
No.
Then they play the Saints. Loss. Right?
Is that in New Orleans?
I don't know. Does it matter?
It might. I mean, I remember they beat the Saints. Last time they played the Saints, they beat them.
They've only beaten one team in 2 years.
Yeah.
That was 4 years
San
ago.
Diego.
Yeah, before they were in Los Angeles.
San Diego Chargers.
They beat San Diego on a missed field goal.
What was it, like 1917, something like that?
Something
It was on
that,
Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I remember that.
The first 4 games for the Browns is the Steelers, Saints,
Oh,
Jets, and the Raiders.
Oh, that's in New
All
Orleans. That's
losses.
a loss.
Yeah.
All losses.
They're starting 0-2. That's a guarantee.
At least.
No, they're all losses.
Did you guys already do an Eagles season prediction? I think I
We
did that on
did,
your
we
We
watch
did.
show.
We did. We all went 12-4, but the other day I was watching the show and Ralphie actually had him 10-6.
10-6. What are your
Yeah.
losses, Ralphie? Just curious. If you have them on top of your head.
What were they? I think I had us losing back-to-back weeks. I think it was to Jacksonville, and then whoever we play after Jacksonville.
Cowboys?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a bye week
Yeah.
in between
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
too. Okay.
So he has Jacksonville and Cowboys as loss. I mean, I think we're gonna split with the Cowboys. We never sweep the Cowboys, so I think
Yeah, I think
we're gonna-
Yeah,
I-
we always split with them.
we always do.
For the past like 5 years at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, that seems reasonable.
I have us at 13-3. So I just don't
I
see
have-
that
I
many
have 12 and
losses.
4.
I mean, obviously I'm not concerned about the preseason. I have them at 13-3 still.
The
so,
one guaranteed loss to me is the Saints. I think
I do
that's
the Saints
guaranteed.
too. Saints
Like,
and Jags.
and I'm going to that game. I'm flying down after this fucking show to go to that game to
Mm.
meet Darius, and
Oh,
we're gonna go see that game.
Has your opinion on week
4.
1 changed at all after seeing what you've seen
Week
in the
1,
preseason?
It's potential to be a loss. Yeah, I mean,
Just a letdown
Yeah, but
after
that's a
after they
potential to be a
after they
loss,
lower the
though.
banner, right?
I do. I mean, you saw the
It
Patriots last
reminds
year.
me almost of the Bucks game when in 02, like the week 1.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't want to bring that up, but I kind of have that feeling.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
wanna, I, don't
I
wanna
mean,
talk
I was
about
only
that
5
one.
years old then, but
No, like I mean, you saw the Pats last year. They put the banner down. They got smoked by the Kansas City Chiefs.
it was close. But the Chiefs ran away with
Chiefs
it.
ran
at the
away
end,
with it at the end, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, the Falcons have a game plan. They're coming in to play. They don't
But
care
the
about
Falcons,
no
I
banner.
don't know if you look at the Falcons in the preseason, they look pretty shitty too.
Yeah,
So
They
does it really
showed
matter?
flashes of like that Ridley looks good alongside
Julio.
Julio.
Is
like-
Julio playing right now in the preseason? I don't know.
I don't think.
I don't think so.
No.
They still got Gabriel. Or is he gone?
He's on the Browns.
Is he on the Browns now? Shit.
Yeah, I mean,
They still got that Muhammad
Oh,
Sanu. though.
Mohamed Sanu,
from
yeah.
Rutgers Pride. But yeah, I mean, week 1 to me, it's a toss up. I would never bet on that game. They're 3.5-point favorites now. It keeps dropping and dropping and dropping because the public, they're actually betting on the Falcons. So I mean,
last time I played the Falcons week 1 was that Monday night
And we
Chip Kelly
lost.
debacle.
Yeah, but that was in Atlanta.
because Jordan
The last-
Matthews dropped
What was
it.
that?
The last couple times we played them in Atlanta during
Well, it's at
for
home,
week 1.
thank God. But
We lost them.
DeMarco Murray like -3 yards. Right?
Yeah. No, that was the Cowboys game. Like the next
Cowboys
week,
game.
the next
Yeah.
week, everyone thought that we were gonna kill the Cowboys, and it was just the worst game I've
Isn't
ever
it
seen.
DeMarco
Oh my
Murray's like
God.
out of the league now? It's
He
just
retired,
sad.
yeah.
This
Yeah.
league moves so quick. Players change teams
Yep.
so quick. It's the NFL. It's
Well,
different.
that's that running back
It's a
position.
different game today than in the early
It's
2000s.
like the WWE with
Yeah.
Enzo Amore and Big Cass getting
Right.
released 2 years after they're huge.
Right, after their deal.
You know?
But that running back position, that's a lot of wear and tear, especially when he was being run the way he was in Dallas.
I mean, he had a year off when he played for us, but
Yep.
we barely
Yeah.
ran him. What do you have, like 300
Barely
carries?
ran him, yeah.
If that.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it's insane. But we have any more questions? Browns. Chris M says Browns 5 or 6 wins at the most.
That'd be good for the Browns.
At the most, yeah. I mean, Mr. Go Philly Eagles said Browns 7-9. I don't see where you're getting the 7 from, buddy.
I don't know. The Browns are like
don't-
such a big story right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because of the
it's
hard knocks. Yeah.
It's like
You know, let me pull up the Cleveland
they're
Browns
being
schedule.
talked about more than the Eagles and the Patriots combined right now. It gets the
bring up my
quarterback
phone.
Yeah, because
battle.
they were
It's
0-16
Tyrod.
last
It's
year.
Tyrod versus Baker. They want to see who's going to start too. So
Okay, let me bring up the Cleveland Browns schedule on my phone, actually, because my computer's being
Cleveland-
occupied.
Cleveland Browns are
And
like
don't forget, Cleveland's actually got some talent on their football team now.
they do,
They
but
do,
they don't have
yeah,
any
they
talent
do.
on the
Like-
O line.
Yeah, but
do
do they
they?
know how to use it?
Yeah, and that's also a question. And they also have a rookie quarterback that is finally there that has talent to throw to now. Unlike a Brady Quinn that was a stud at Notre Dame, came
Yeah.
in, had nobody to throw to. You know what I mean?
Is
Yeah.
Josh Gordon actually going to stay there, though? Like, I mean,
I
Well,
don't know.
if he stays there, he's one of the best in the league.
He's activated.
Yeah.
I give
Okay.
them credit for giving him so many chances that
They're
they've
going
given
to.
They
him,
have to.
but,
They're
Yeah.
going to. He's amazing.
you know,
Like, if he's healthy and he's ready to go, he's a top 5 wide receiver in the league.
yeah.
Like, he's
Oh, yeah.
amazing. So, I mean, you have to give him chances. You know, he's
You just
generational talent.
you just hope it eventually works out. If it doesn't, it's just sad.
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know?
he's an amazing talent. So let's see what the Cleveland Browns. I can't believe I'm doing this. Cleveland Browns schedule. They play the Steelers week 1, then the Saints week 2 on the
we
road.
agree those are both losses.
They're both
right?
losses. Jets and Browns at Cleveland. I have that's potential for a win for the Browns.
I think so too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the first win, week 3,
Yeah,
Jets.
week 3.
Browns Raiders on the road loss. Browns Ravens at Cleveland loss. Chargers Browns at Browns loss. Buccaneers on
That
the
could-
road though.
That's a win.
It's a toss-up.
I got that as a win.
All right, that's 2 wins
That's
for the
2
Browns.
and 5,
Browns Steelers on the road loss.
Loss.
2 and 6.
Chiefs Browns loss.
2 and 7.
Falcons Browns
2 and
loss.
8.
Browns Bengals on the
Win.
road.
Win.
They're gonna
3 and 9.
split with the
I think-
Bengals.
Okay, we'll see. All right, 3-9 I have.
Browns Texans loss.
3-10.
Yeah.
Panthers Browns loss.
Oh, my God.
Browns Broncos loss.
It's a tough
I got a
schedule.
win, so I got 4-10 for the Browns.
What,
Bengals.
sweeping the Bengals? Or
Bengals.
no?
Sweeping the Bengals.
I don't know
Okay.
about that.
So 5-10, and that last one's in
Browns
Baltimore.
were-
against-
so you have
okay, so I
5-11.
5-11, yeah.
Yeah. I saw a couple potential games there where they could squeak one out.
Yeah.
But
like the Broncos and Browns, there's some history there.
yeah.
And the Broncos aren't as good as they were 3 years ago, so I can see that being a win.
No, I mean,
I just don't see them
They
being
do
like.
have that Keenum.
There's
though.
no way they go like 9-7.
No,
or 8
no
and 8,
way,
You
no.
know?
yeah, no.
There's just I don't see it.
I don't see it either.
Yeah. Anything else over there on Facebook, Ralph?
Let's see. Chrome said it's preseason, not worried. This is a different team with Carson Wentz. Kevin Johnson says, let me pull this up, see if the emojis can get out of my way so I can read this. He said, not worried at all. Half of our starters were not playing. It's preseason. We will be fine.
Okay.
All right.
You know, so basically the whole A2D family is saying we're gonna be fine. It's just preseason. There's nothing to worry about, and I'm in agreement. You know, our starters haven't scored a point in the preseason yet, which is a little bit concerning. But at the same time,
Yeah, that's why I just got tagged in on Facebook.
yeah,
0
literally,
points by
yeah.
This is a Cowboys fan too.
Ricky
Fuck
Mendoza's
tag,
an
yeah.
idiot. He's a fucking moron. He's brain
I mean,
dead.
this is the shit we got.
He's got an IQ
with.
of like 20.
Are you
That's
friends
his
with him on
IQ.
Facebook or no?
No, I don't care
Thank
about
God.
him on Facebook. He's so stupid. Yo, he was making YouTube videos after all our fucking playoff games. That dude should just be one of our video makers. That dude should just put on the green and white.
Yeah, for
I mean, real shit. But hey,
He looks up Eagles more on Twitter than Cowboys.
I know he's a bum.
I honestly feel the Cowboys just pay some of these people to go out and troll the Eagles fans.
I believe. I mean, they got so
Like-
many fans. I mean, might as well.
I don't believe that people are this dumb that try to go back and forth with a Super Bowl winning team. I don't understand. I don't believe it.
They're just that cocky and confident. In what? I don't know. I mean, who's
5
their,
rings.
Yeah, or who's their starting wide receiver? Mike Gallup, Cole Beasley.
Cole Beasley.
Cole Beasley.
Yeah, him as a number one
It might be
receiver.
worse-
Yeah, good luck with that.
Might be worse than
Don't
Mike
forget
Wallace,
about,
right?
Tavon Austin.
Oh yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
he's
What-
their
he's
number-
a speedster.
And he's a
Dra-
slot
Definitely.
receiver too,
Yeah,
mostly.
draft
Yeah.
boss Tavon
Yeah,
Austin.
he went to
first
West
ra-
Virginia.
First
Yeah.
round pick.
I know that. He was a
Yeah.
beast at West Virginia, man.
So
And
were
he was
killed
good
us.
too. Yeah,
So
he
were a
was
lot
good.
of other players.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, you're right.
So was Jamarcus Russell.
No, he's
Geno
at
S-
LSU.
So
Geno
was Ryan
Smith.
Leaf.
Washington State. Did he
Yeah.
ever win any national titles at Washington State or no?
No.
I don't think so.
Then how come everybody was saying all he did his whole life was win?
That was Tim Tebow. You know.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was Tebow.
Yeah,
yeah.
Tebow at Florida. Yeah.
Yeah,
he
he
was-
was,
that
he was
would
the
make
best college
sense.
football player of all time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, definitely. All right, we have some comments over there on YouTube. Final Flash says, "What's up, Final Flash?"
What up, Final Flash?
good,
Says,
man.
"Do you think Selleck finds a team, or do you think he stays retired?"
I think he stays
Retired.
retired. I don't think he wants to play.
He'll
anywhere
probably
else but
be on
Philly.
like Fox News or one of these shows like that.
Fox 29.
Yeah, that guy.
I don't know. Like he does like political shit or like money. I don't know.
Dallas Cowboys offered him a contract.
Did
and
they
he
really?
turned it down.
I heard he just
Yeah.
wouldn't want to play there.
Yeah. Did he offer him a contract, or did I hear that wrong?
I think he said he wouldn't play
He wouldn't
there.
play there,
But
is
I
what he
it
said.
wouldn't shock me. We
It
don't
wouldn't
hear about
shock
a
me
lot of
because
things.
they don't have any tight ends.
What's going on with Dez? That story kind of quieted down. Is he gonna play or no?
This is how I see it. All right, Dez wants to play, but the money that he wants, he's not getting, so he's just not playing. Like he went to Cleveland and they offered him $5 million a year.
Well, that's what he deserves that.
He deserves that, yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, just
You're
takes
fucking
just
30
take
years old
something
and you
at this
can't even
point.
get separation anymore.
yeah,
You
Yeah.
know?
yeah. It's true. I mean, it's Dez Bryant to me, in my 5 years ago, was the best wide receiver in this division.
He was.
That's now Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah.
So
Odell's about to get paid big money
yeah,
too.
he is.
Yeah.
He's
I'm not the
gonna pay a
biggest
lot.
Odell fan, but I understand why you pay him that much.
I like his fire. You know, the fire he brings on the sideline. He wants
They
to
just
win.
they just haven't won though, so that's my
Because they have Eli
argument,
Manning.
You know.
Eli Manning's fucking holding them back.
They're trying to hold on to something from like 5 years ago. It's like, geez, it's
Yeah.
longer than that. And it's like, dude.
If they got Sam Darnold this year, they'd
They-
be good
they
this year.
coulda
They
got
would
him.
They
be
would be
good.
really good this
They
year.
could have got him.
Yeah. But
It's like what you're saying. It's like the Marvin Lewis situation. Like you're giving these people extra
Yeah.
years, send
Yeah.
off, farewell tour, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
You know,
exactly.
just to pat him on the back.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, do I think the Giants are going to be good with Eli this year? They have potential, But at the same time, I don't.
Who are they going to beat? They're playing. Their schedule's tough. Like, they're going to beat the Jaguars week 1.
No.
Like, that'd be a
No,
shock.
I'm heavily
you know?
betting the Jaguars.
You know,
Like heavily.
Yeah.
they have
And
a,
what's
they
the
play
line
a
on
tough
that?
schedule.
It's -3.5 Jaguars.
So the Jaguars are favorite?
Yeah,
Okay.
On the
Yeah,
road.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
and that's my That's my lock of the week.
Okay.
That's my lock.
Jags over Giants.
Jags over Giants.
Yeah,
That's
I
my
like
Gi-
that. I like
Yeah.
that, yeah.
I was looking at some other lines. I'll actually bring them up right now because I'm going down to AC after this, and my plan was to put some bets in for week 1. I was looking at some of the lines for week 1, and the Eagles, Atlanta Falcons, I'm not touching.
What's that down to?
It's 3.5 now.
3.5 now?
Yeah.
It was 4.
With all the public betting the Falcons.
Ooh.
So the public are all over the Falcons, and the line just keeps dropping, which means to me that Vegas thinks that Atlanta could pull it off. And
I mean, it's
that's
definitely
concerning.
possible, but
Yeah, no, it is possible. But right now, the heaviest bet game of the week right now is everyone is betting the Giants week 1.
betting the Giants.
And I'm going to go with Jacksonville.
I'm going with Jacksonville.
I'm going to go with Jacksonville. Yeah. You can see, like, how the lines are shifting right
Evan
here.
Ingram
Yeah.
has a concussion.
Really?
Yeah. So he might not even be ready for week 1.
I mean, if Eli
Because
plays,
that's
if
that's
Eli,
coming up.
I feel like if Eli plays, it's automatic loss. You know.
Another. This is all right. I have 2 locks. I have Jacksonville beating the Giants, and I have Seattle going on the road to Denver and beating them.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
Denver's.
my 2
I think
locks.
Seattle's going to be good again, just because you have Russell Wilson.
It's
I mean,
amazing. He's a top 3 QB.
like they're going to have at least 9 wins
Yeah.
for me.
Like Russell Wilson, to me, Russell Wilson's the only QB right now with his age.
You take
I
over.
would take over
Wentz.
Wentz.
Yeah.
He's the only QB I'd take right now. Yeah, like I would love Aaron Rodgers, but he's getting older, and
He's still got at least 5 years left, probably.
he's 33.
Yeah. at
Maybe
least.
3 years.
That you think that he's not going to play till 41 like
He
Brady?
gets injured too much.
He does. It's like what's his 3rd or 4th time getting hurt at least.
Yeah, I think Andrew Luck has potential, but I just don't know if he's going to come back. To
I
what he
forgot about
was.
missing Corey Clement
Clement
too.
didn't play last week.
Corey
Bliss.
Clement.
He didn't
Yeah.
play.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
That is almost all of our weapons.
Yeah.
All of our offensive starters.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really take much off preseason. You can't. It's just a bunch of these brain dead idiots wanting to be right. That's exactly what happens. I know we all want to be right to some degree, but you can't just bash somebody because you're like, oh, Carson Wentz this, Carson Wentz that. No, you can't do that. I'm sorry. All right, some more questions over here on Facebook or comments. F-Deem says, yeah, this doesn't do anything for me. Everyone is hoping this is what we actually look like. It's not going to be that case. And pretty much all these players from West Virginia, someone's bringing up. Anything else over there on Facebook? Nope, nothing else. That's cool. So, all right, so we're going to move on to our injuries and issue for the Philadelphia Eagles. Going into week 1, do you guys think that the injuries that the Eagles have suffered are a huge issue?
I guess it depends who plays or not. Do we think everyone's going to be healthy for week 1 besides Wentz, or you mean? Well, no, Alshon's going to be out for a couple games, right?
I think Alshon's going to be out for 6 weeks.
And then is Bradham suspended for a couple games?
Perhaps
right?
suspended for 1 game.
So he's
One
gonna
game?
he's gonna miss the
Wow,
he's gonna
that's-
miss
Yeah.
the Falcons game.
He's suspended for 1 game. Yeah, Bradham's a big concern for me because he was
We have no
huge piece
depth
for
at
us.
at linebacker.
No, we don't at all.
Which is why I wanted us to get a linebacker last year, and he just didn't.
Yeah, I mean,
They tried to sign some free agent scraps,
Yeah.
but that's about it.
yeah, we just went for another tight end in the draft, and it's understandable. I think Goddard's gonna be a fucking beast, but I do think we needed to fill a different hole other than the tight end position. But I understood why they took him. He was the best tight end in the draft, so I understood why they.
I
took
think
him.
you're gonna have to use Ertz and Goddard week 1 as like your number 1 receivers, right? I mean, you got
Yeah.
a slot receiver Nelson Aguilar, and you're not too high on Mike Wallace, so it's gonna be all Goddard and Ertz in
Yeah,
the
but
passing
the
game.
problem I'm having with that is that Alshon Jeffrey ran that offense. last year.
I'm gonna miss Alshon too.
Yeah, he ran that offense last year.
I hope
like,
it's not 6 weeks. That would suck.
That would suck.
It really would.
If it is 6 weeks. What up, Des?
Yeah. Are you?
It's going to come down
You're
to
on that train, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Might
I
as
am too.
well.
What up,
That would be
guys?
insane. He's
Yep.
not gonna play the. Well, what do? Do you cut Mike Wallace?
Yes.
Like, yeah,
Or you just put Matt Collins on the IR.
yeah.
You just stash him for a year.
It's true.
Yeah.
Because you got Sproles back. He can just return the punts and
Put
kick
Dez on
return.
the team for $7 million.
That's so
For a
Howie.
year.
That's
Give him
that-
2 more.
That's
What up,
so
guys?
Howie.
You
That's
want-
so
you
Howie
want-
Roseman
you want
too.
And then-
You know.
$6 or $7 mil for 1 year.
Yep.
There you go. You got it.
And Dez is playing with fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe start him just for that Dallas
I'm
game
not gonna
in
lie.
Dallas.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I love that.
I do love that
love
idea,
that
too.
idea.
I actually don't mind that idea
I
now.
love that
Because
idea.
if you guys are saying Matt Collins is hurt and he ain't performing, why put him
Yep.
out on the field? Why even have a roster spot
Dude,
for him?
that would just create so much like controversy.
Dez and
like,
Alshon on the same side when Alshon comes back.
Yep.
Well, different sides, but on the same field.
So then you would have
Woohoo.
Alshon on one side, Dez on one side, and Nelly in the slot.
Goddard.
Dude, the media and the Cowboys fans would go like insane with that
Oh,
shit.
they'd go nuts.
Oh my god.
Like they did with DeMarco Murray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The traitor. Can't even
Traitor.
spell it right.
Yeah, but to be
Yeah, I
fair,
remember that.
to be fair to DeMarco Murray though, he wasn't really used right. Like
Here now, because I'm looking at his stats right
But
now.
he wasn't that good in Tennessee.
In 2000,
I mean,
they ran him right though. In 2015, he had 193 rushes for 702 yards, 6 touchdowns, and it says he played in 15 games but started 8.
Huh.
That's what it says.
he was just like a quiet dude. I think he just wanted to make his money and get out of the league.
no, because
you
Dallas ran him to the ground.
Ran
Like-
And the year
ran him in the
before,
ground.
Yeah,
the year before in 2014, he had 400 rushes for 1,845
that's
yards.
running you into the ground.
And then the
That's
year before
brutal.
They
that-
knew what they were doing too because they saw Zeke coming out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're like, oh, let's just run Murray into the ground and get rid of him.
Yeah,
Bring Zeke in.
Nah.
You know.
Nah,
You don't
then
think that's
they
what
drafted
happened?
Zeke 2 years later.
that was
yeah, but teams look into
dude.
the
That
future
that's
like
that's
that
such a tough
sometimes,
pick too because you had Jalen Ramsey and Zeke just sitting right
Yeah,
there.
I would have took.
Yeah.
I love Jalen.
I would've
Ramsey.
taken Ramsey.
Outside of Goff and Wentz in that draft, Jalen
Jalen-
Ramsey's the best prospect.
That was probably one
Oh,
of the
yeah.
best drafts of all
Yeah.
time.
I mean, he got him to the
They
conference
passed on. They
championship
passed on Ramsey.
almost
didn't they?
single-handedly.
Yeah.
They took Elliott at 4.
They took Elliott in 4 and Ramsey went 5.
Yep.
Yeah.
and Bosa went 3.
And Bosa went 3. They
Yeah.
passed on him too.
Fuck.
Bosa's a
What's Joey
beast
Bosa
too.
been doing?
He's
You
a
know what I mean?
beast.
Pro Bowler last year.
I think he's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
I think I love the
No,
Chargers.
Bosa's good. He's just on the Chargers.
I think
Yeah.
I like
You
the
know.
Chargers this year though.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna win their division.
no, but Ramsey is a fucking stud.
He
Like I
is,
mean,
yeah.
I think he's the
Best
best
corner in
He's
the
the
game.
best. I think he's the
Yeah.
best. Yeah.
And he's got Boye on the other side of him. He's
he
top
almost.
5.
I mean, he single-handedly led that team to the AFC
Yeah.
title game.
Yeah.
I mean, look who's the quarterback.
and then in
Blake
2013, DeMarco Murray had 250 rushes for 1,200 yards.
Yeah, see, they just ran.
They
him
ran him into
ground,
the
yeah.
ground. And then
Tennessee.
and then for good measures in Tennessee, he had 300 rushes the 1 year with Tennessee
How many
for
yards?
1,300 yards.
That's a
Yeah.
good season.
It's a good season.
It is, but you
And
know,
then
all
they
them
got- and-
rushes like that, taking all them hits like that,
and when
wears
was he
on you.
drafted? 11 or 12?
He
Or
was drafted in what? The
Third round.
Third round, yeah.
Third
what
round.
year?
2010
9?
ish.
He was drafted the same year as McCoy.
I know he went out
No,
of
I don't think so.
no 2010.
10, so 1
Out
year
of
later.
OU.
So he played what, 7 years?
Yeah,
He
Yeah.
was a stud at OU too.
He
he was
was.
really good at OU.
Yeah, he really was. I don't know. Like, I mean, I do like the Dez idea, though.
I do,
I
yeah.
do. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, he was a Cowboy. You can't bring him on. And a true Cowboy to that. But I don't give a fuck. Like,
No, he wants to
I
play.
don't care.
I think he wants to play in the division because remember
He
he
wanted
said,
to play for the Giants.
Remember he
really,
said
but-
see you
Yeah.
twice next year.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
he wants to play in the division against them.
It's a perfect opportunity, too.
Yeah,
Well, I think he was going after the Patriots. Maybe he'll go after the Eagles next. Right?
Maybe.
He didn't win $5 million. Give him $7 million. Give him a spot. That's
Yeah.
that.
Having $7 million for a year. And
Yeah, I don't know what our
take it.
I don't know what
Yep.
our cap room is, but I mean we can probably sign him for like a year,
Yeah.
1
Yeah,
year
just sign him
deal.
for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just basically like a DeMarcus Cousins type of thing. Show me what you can do in a year, and then go get your money
Yeah.
somewhere else.
Yeah.
type of
And
thing.
and who wouldn't want to come to the World Champions? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like
Mhm.
it's a good spot to land now. Like it's not you're going to Cleveland, you're
And then
starting all
and
over.
You can also sell them on. You're playing with one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league.
You have a
you
lot
know?
to someone.
Yeah.
You're playing against your former team.
So I'm saying like
Who
I could
dissed you.
see if
Yeah.
they really there's a lot of like talk on Twitter,
thought-
snake and all that shit.
Yeah.
I
Snake
could see if you
Lee.
want to like stay good with like Dallas community, but like
I thought
they've talked so much shit on each other. It's
I
like
thought
over.
that they were. I didn't think they were going to cut Dez. But I thought they were going to wait.
that
until
marriage
another
that
shot.
marriage ended badly.
That
you
did
know?
not end well. Yeah.
Nope.
It was almost like a To situation. You know.
Yeah.
Well,
Kinda
T.O. with us
reminds
was
you of
bad.
that. That's
Like
what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
That was
both
bad. Both were pretty bad.
Yeah.
I really liked T.O. too when he was with us. I was like, my first ever game was New Year's Day 2006 versus the Redskins when Sean Taylor picked up the fumble and ran it back, and I was like, Mom, why isn't T.O. in the line? Well, obviously I knew why T.O. wasn't here, but I was like, it would have been so nice to see Donovan and T.O. on
Yeah.
the same field, but I got Mike McMahon and McCoy Detmer
Nice.
playing. Yeah.
Classic Eagles.
So-
classic Eagle backup
Yeah.
quarterbacks, right?
That was my first ever.
My
game.
first game was when T.O. did the Ray Lewis stance in the end zone.
versus the
versus
Ravens.
the Ravens, right
What
in front
year
of my
was
seats.
that?
Oh, the year they went to the Super Bowl and lost.
yeah.
Because he got injured versus the Cowboys. In
Yeah,
week
that was later.
12?
That was way later in the year.
Yeah, my first game wasn't until 08, the NFC Championship
Oh
in
my
Arizona.
God.
That was a great
What a
first
good
Great-
game.
what a great
first game to
game.
go to.
Yeah.
Flew all the way out there.
What a
and
great game to
shit.
go to.
Yeah, and I've been to a lot recently, and I'm blessed.
Oh,
I really
last
am.
year was the best.
Yeah.
It was almost like going to like a Patriots game. Like you just know you're gonna win.
It's like
you
I'm
know?
like
like for real.
no, like I'm just so used to going to games now. It's just like a different thing. Like if I watched it on
Yeah.
TV, I'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
like,
Like you're gonna do for the Colts game.
yeah,
You're
I'm
gonna
not.
be like, what the fuck
I'm probably
is this?
yeah, I'm probably just gonna go to the bar. I'm not interested in the Colts game.
No Andrew
No.
Luck. You don't want to see
Not
Luck
interested.
back.
No,
No.
not interested. I don't know what it is, and plus the tickets are skyrocketed. They're like
Oh jeez.
for that game, they're like $200 for lower level. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
I know I'm
"Eh."
definitely going to week 1, and then the Eagles Cowboys game with you and Danny. So
Yeah.
those are my 2 guaranteed
I'm going to the
games.
Texans game with Danny.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, sir. But yeah. it's-
Tailgate should be lit week 1.
Well, yeah, we're
Oh,
should
we're
be
going to like
insane.
I'm going to like 3 tailgates.
we're
Yeah, I know.
the A2D fam are trying to put a tailgate together for week 1. That's what.
Okay,
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
I'll definitely have to stop by. No
Yeah.
doubt.
I'll bring EDP over.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, 'cause he's flying in.
He's
so,
flying in and he's gonna be on here.
That's the people might start.
Saturday.
People might start like 9 a.m. It's a Thursday if everybody gets off.
I'll be
work.
there
Nah,
around.
because gates don't open until noon.
Yeah, true.
I'll
like
be there.
so-
I'll be there around 3:30 because I'm gonna stop with my friend to go get a cheesesteak and then we're gonna go
Oh,
over.
yeah. Is anyone flying in from the Philly? No Eagle Speed. There
No,
No.
not to my
No.
knowledge. No.
I told you about Eagle Speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you about something.
What
you
happened?
know, I don't know, but something I don't know.
And we got one more a
You
couple
said
more
Slitta's
comments on
coming in, right?
Slid, oh yeah, Slitta
Yeah.
said he's
Slitta.
coming in. He said he's flying out.
Yeah, Slit is a good dude. I think he's a good dude. I don't know. I'm gonna meet him. Final Flash said Skins Eagles 05 was my first game too. I've never seen them win live. Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
it's scary to think that my first game ever was seeing the guy who got shot in the leg and died
Oh, that was
return the fumble.
Yeah.
Like that was nuts. Like Sean Taylor is a fucking beast.
He was.
He was
too.
huge. But
Hall of Famer. you
yeah,
know.
is he?
No.
Isn't he in?
No, he ain't in. No.
Would you
Uh,
put him in?
Posthumously. See, Sean Taylor to me,
Yeah.
it reminds me a lot of the Jerome Brown saga 15 years beforehand and what happened to Jerome Brown.
How many years did he play though?
Sean
Jerome
Taylor?
Brown?
No, Sean Taylor. Yeah, I know Jerome Brown didn't play that
4?
long.
Sean Taylor and Jerome Brown were both in the league 4 or 5 years until their careers ended the way they did.
They probably the Hall of Fame might not want to put them in there with those stories.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
that's kind of rough.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some political shit going on there too.
Yeah, you know, it's a little different from the Jerome Brown saga because Sean Taylor got shot in the leg and Jerome Brown died in a car crash.
Yeah,
So it's a little bit different.
it's still like I don't know. They probably just didn't play long enough. That's
Yeah, that's what
probably
it
the
is.
thing,
They
yeah.
both did not play long enough, and that's what we have right now.
And they, you know how good Brian Dawkins was. We went to go see him in Canton. That was a
Oh,
great
yeah.
ceremony. It was amazing.
But it really was. Just looking back on it now too, you know, you don't really realize in the moment. You kind of do, but looking back, you're happy you went.
Well,
Happy you were
on the
there.
way there, I just wanted to go home because of the cop. But I mean, like, you know, yeah, this cop pulled me over for not moving over. Let's see, $188 ticket.
Did you already pay it?
Yeah, I did.
You did?
I did.
Nice.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna go back and fight it. No.
No, I'm not going 8 hours to go fucking fight a ticket. Not doing it. That cop won.
The cop won.
Yep. Sorry, not
I'm surprised
doing
you
it.
can't fight tickets over like FaceTime yet in the court, you know, or something like
Yeah.
Skype.
Yeah, I'm gonna read one more comment, then we're gonna go to break. We're hitting the 2 o'clock hour. Well, actually, no, we have 10 more minutes, right? Yeah, we have 10 more minutes because we started late. Thanks. And F Teams says Sean Taylor was on his way to being a legend. He was a monster. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
What I was about to finish saying before we brought up the whole Brian Dawkins thing, I feel like Sean Taylor was Brian Dawkins maybe times 2. That's how good I thought Sean Taylor was. And him dying really put the Redskins in a bad situation.
It did too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that and
Just
sign in, what's his name, that D tackle?
Halbert Hainsworth.
Albert Hainsworth,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
The worst deal in NFL
He was the
history.
laziest fuck I've ever seen
That
in
was
my life.
that was worse than Nnamdi Asomugha, wasn't
yeah,
it?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to defend Nnamdi. I know I shouldn't, but I'm going to defend him.
Well, at least he wasn't, like, lazy like that. Like, Albert Hainsworth was just lazy.
Well,
Just
Nnamdi.
rolled around on the ground. Right?
I remember there was a play against the Eagles on that Monday Night
He
Massacre.
just went down.
And Michael Vick was, like, dancing around.
Yeah.
Hainsworth just went down, and he's just laying on the ground for, like, 5 seconds while Michael Vick's, like, dancing around. Finally, he, like, gets up. And by the time he gets up, by the time he's like on his feet, Michael Vick had already thrown the pass.
You know,
Just like a laser
you know what else
to a
is
bomb.
you know what else is funny about
I
that
could
night?
not believe that.
You know what's funny about? Remember they signed Donovan to like a 5-year,
Yeah,
$100 million
He
contract
sucked.
with like $2 million guaranteed.
And he was like,
and they
washed
just
up.
like cut
He
him the
was,
next
like,
day.
towards the end of his career.
They like that goes across the screen, and then like the bomb to Deshaun, right?
Yeah.
That was fucking
That was it.
hilarious.
That was the craziest game I've ever seen.
You know,
It was unexpected too because I was like, yeah. Let's
I can't tell me how many times I've watched the highlights of that game.
Yeah.
That shit's like always on YouTube.
Wasn't it on
pops
Halloween?
up around October
Yeah.
time. I don't know if it was actually Halloween, but
Yeah, that was a fucking crazy game. Like that was a shootout. Like that was nuts.
59-28.
Imagine betting that game.
Oh my
Something like
god.
That would have been over by the half.
Yeah, it was like 28-0 in a blink.
Yeah, it was insane. But yeah, I mean, the reason why I'm gonna defend Nnamdi Asomugha a little bit now that we have it up, the guy was brought here in a bad situation. You know, we're a year off of not making off of the interception against Green Bay. Not even a year, 6 months away. He comes here as a free agent. A lot of pressure already. You're filling the void of who did we lose that year? Sheldon Brown.
Sheldon Brown.
Well, yeah,
Brian Dawkins retired the year before. The secondary was,
Trying
Yeah.
to think, 2010. Nah, it was a year after they had lost Sheldon Brown, but Ellis Hobbs.
Lito Shepard was gone.
He was gone. Ellis Hobbs had a career-ending injury in 2000.
Oh, you know, he had Asante Samuel.
Asante
That is-
Samuel
I
was
loved
here.
Asante
I loved
Samuel.
Asante Samuel, and I think should be in the Hall of Fame when all said and done. And I don't even know if they're going to put him in.
Yeah.
You know, they're not giving him his respect, and he's saying stuff about it. But then Dimitri Patterson came in after the Ellis Hobbs career injury, and Dimitri Patterson was so fucking terrible. I never seen a cornerback play that bad. I
Yeah.
remember during the Miracle at the Meadowlands game, Mario Manningham burned him like 3 times for touchdowns. It's like, damn.
I mean, it all started with the O-line coach as the defensive coordinator, too. Right?
Juan
Juan
Castillo.
Castillo,
Juan
yeah. Like, what the hell?
Castillo.
And that's why I didn't like Andy Reid, because that's the kind of
It's a
stuff he would
joke.
do.
That's a fucking joke.
One guess.
Well, we got rid
Yeah.
of Sean McDermott, who
Sean
he
McDermott.
ended up being a great coordinator for the
Sean Mc-
Panthers. They went to the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, they fired him, and then he goes to the Panthers
Panthers,
and becomes their defensive coordinator and takes him to the Super Bowl. And
And
like
they got all
completely turns that
pros:
defense
Luke
around.
Kuechly, Thomas
Yeah.
Davis.
I mean, to be fair, they had a lot of drafting. That
They even
did
made.
that,
Remember, they
but-
made Kirk Coleman even look good for a
Yeah,
long
Kirk Coleman, who
time.
was terrible here.
Yeah.
Another dude who was
he,
awful.
He was like an
here.
All-Pro almost.
Goes into an all. He's an all-pro the year they go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Todd Womack on YouTube said Philly Dilly, guys. What's up, Todd? F Team says Asante Samuel's son is gonna be good. I hear. I saw him in the news. I don't know what
Yeah.
position he
Is
plays.
he going to be as good as LeBron James' son, though?
No.
You know?
LeBron
Come
James'
on.
LeBron James' son's probably gonna be better than LeBron.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, LeBron James. He has a good upbringing.
I still
Let's put it
can't
that
believe
way.
LeBron's playing. He's like going to play longer than Brady, probably.
Yeah.
Well, he's
Shit.
going into the sunset with the Lakers. I mean,
Is he the greatest athlete of all time, or
Who?
is it still Michael Jordan? LeBron James.
LeBron James is. LeBron James is the greatest athlete of all time.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to say the best team player of all time, it would probably be Michael Jordan. But the best athlete overall player
Every sport,
is
right?
LeBron. Yeah, it's probably LeBron. And people don't want to admit that because he's so good. And once he leaves the game, they're gonna be like, "Oh, that guy was so good. Why didn't we give him respect?"
Yeah.
Always-
That's you know
always
you
happens.
always realize what you have until it's gone, right? You don't-
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a shame.
It's exactly what we had here with Allen Iverson. You know, Allen Iverson, he's your height, maybe even a little smaller, and he did things that fucking Kobe Bryant did.
Yeah.
You know,
It was insane.
it's ridiculous.
It's a shame I didn't get to see him.
Oh,
He left.
Simus is speaking out.
Oh shit! What's happening here?
Simus is a
Oh,
realistic
sh-
fan though. Like
Yeah.
he's
I-
real
I
with
just,
his stuff.
I don't know. I'm just tired of Cowboys fans. I feel like I meet
Yeah,
a.
Simus is even.
I
speaking
feel like
out.
I meet a new
What'd he
Cowboys
say?
fan every day. You know.
This is him.
You know.
Oh,
how many-
Will Jones.
Yeah.
Is that on our show or?
That's on Facebook. He said, "Stop with all
Okay.
with Cowboy fans, please." It's
I met like
preseason."
this. I met like 3 Cowboys fans at Burger King this summer. So,
Really?
Like, how the fuck are you a Cowboys
I haven't seen a
fan at
Cowboys
Burger
fan
King?
probably since the Ohio trip.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're lucky.
Todd Womack said Samuel needs to be in a Ring of Honor in the next couple years. years. I agree with that.
I agree.
Browns need a win over the Steelers and the Saints. They're not going to get a win over either, Roscoe. They're just not going to happen.
Yeah, it's
Steelers
not
and Saints are powerhouses.
Yeah, and that's not
you know?
happening.
Yeah, it's not happening. Like, I'm sorry. I know everyone wants to live in a fantasy island that the Browns are finally going to be good. They're not. They celebrated the team going 0-16 last year as fans. They had a parade. They had a parade going 0-16 last year. It doesn't get much worse than that. So and the only way you could go is up, but it's not going to be much. It's going to be 2 more wins. F-Team said, Allen Iverson changed the game. Yes, he's my favorite player of all time. And that's pretty much on the comment section. But, yeah, I mean, what were we just talking about? I don't even fucking remember.
We were everywhere. We did
everything.
We covered a lot of topics already.
Yeah. But,
What's
yeah.
our next topic? Are we going to get a break?
Well,
soon?
we're going to go to break at 2:10. That's 5 more minutes. But then, yeah, we have a bunch of stuff on the other side. So,
Real quick,
what's up, Ralph?
if Khalil Mack doesn't show up to Raiders preseason games, doesn't show up to training camp,
Would I bring him in?
yeah, would you trade for him?
It depends because our defensive line is already
Oh, yeah.
powerful.
He can play middle linebacker.
He
can
can?
play the linebacker position.
Okay.
Yeah.
He played at what,
I
Buffalo?
like these.
Yeah.
You have all these
Okay.
outside the box ideas, though. I
Yeah,
kinda,
no, I
kinda
like it, though.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Dez, Khalil Mack, just build a
we're so
super
deep
team.
on the corner position,
Yeah.
I'll ship Ronald Darby out. You want
Yeah.
Darby and
I don't know if we're
and-
that.
I
don't know if
I'd
we're
do
that deep.
because I don't
One
see,
injury and
see,
it's
I don't
over.
trust Sidney Jones yet, and the way Russell Douglas is
Also,
looked in
Jalen
preseason,
Mills.
I wouldn't do that yet.
Jalen Mills didn't look too good either. The
Sidney
other
Jones
night.
looked good the other night.
Did he
And
really?
I've been bashing him too.
Yeah.
Like I've been saying he's not ready to start the
Because
season.
I
He
gotta
looked good the
see
other
I
night.
gotta see more from Sidney Jones before I make, because especially with the depth in the corners.
Yeah, we don't have good
you know,
history
getting-
with
yeah, we don't
corner,
have good history, man.
So
So I mean,
my
they
only-
just gotta.
The only bone
You're not going to re-sign Ronald Darby. That's what he's saying, too.
the only
That's
bone
what
I'm
they're
picking with
saying, but,
Darby.
I mean, if he has a good year, I mean, you got to give him that shot.
No, the only bone I'm picking with Darby though is whenever a ball comes to him, he never picks it off.
No.
Yeah.
Like he always breaks it off. Like it's like, all right, fine, you're stopping the
And he's
play
a
from
former
happening.
number 1 pick, right?
Yeah,
Or-
you're stopping the ball from
or is
happening,
he a
but
second
Round,
second
early
round pick?
second round though.
but
He could have been
pick
first
the
round.
ball off. It's
Yeah.
like in the Super Bowl, he could have picked that one ball off, and then
He
the
just
next
broke it up,
yeah, and then
yeah.
the next play, Tom Brady could have completed that Hail Mary. Then we
Yeah,
would have
he
lost
dropped.
the Super Bowl.
He dropped an interception with 9
Yeah.
seconds to go in the Super Bowl, and
Yeah.
that would. I
Yeah.
thought he
On
caught
the
it, and he
side-
ended
on
up
the
dropping
side-
it
on the side-
on the
Yeah.
sidelines. That would have been game over right
Yeah.
there. So
Yep, exactly. I actually would have liked that a little bit more
Yeah,
than
me
what
too.
actually happened because if he
Yeah.
picked it off and just ran it the other way, that would have been
nah,
amazing.
I thought he would have went out of bounds,
Yeah,
but
it would have been close. It definitely wouldn't. But
Yeah.
but I was at Xfinity Live watching that game with him
yeah.
and a couple of my other friends, and that place you could have crowd surfed. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
I
so
know.
packed. It was nuts.
Dude, that's like once in a lifetime if
Oh,
we
yeah.
don't get back for a while. Hopefully we do.
Well, I'll
but
always remember that spot I was sitting at when
Yeah.
that game happened.
yeah. I collapsed.
So did I.
Yeah, I collapsed on the
Well,
floor.
you were
It's like
you
the
actually fainted.
I fainted.
Yeah, you actually.
I
I didn't
legit
faint. You
fainted.
did.
I fainted. Like
it's
I
like the world shook that
Yeah.
night or something,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I didn't because I didn't know what the fuck was happening. Like I still don't really realize it, just a little bit. I don't think I'll realize it till opening night, because you're waiting your whole life for this team to win the Super Bowl, and you win the Super Bowl in a year you're not expecting it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's the
It came out of nowhere.
it came
really.
literally. It was the easiest year as an Eagles fan too. Like
That's what I'm
literally.
saying. We're like the Patriots. Like you just show up to the game,
Yeah.
cheer, and go home.
It wasn't even
you know?
stressful.
It
Even when
wasn't.
Wentz went down, like we kept winning, and it wasn't stressful. You know, it was just weird.
I guess that Seahawks game.
The
but no one-
Seahawks game
no
was
one
the
really
only game where I was really pissed
No
off.
one really
Yeah, I was the only
remembered.
one
No one
to-
really remembers that game in hindsight, though.
No.
The
you
Seattle
know?
game, yeah.
It was the easiest year as an Eagles fan by far. It was probably the best year too. Well, it was the best year. You know, it was.
Without a doubt. My
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, definitely. And Todd Womack, before we go to break, says, "Thank you, Darby has stone hands. He could have double digits in INTs." It's true,
We'll see.
but we will see what happens. You know, we will see you guys on the other side of the break. Coming back, we will talk about more Eagles, and then we'll go in our new segment called Anything Goes, where you can talk about anything, and we'll answer it. This is Hooligans. We'll be right back.
Awesome.
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Another episode of the Hooligans, sponsored by Sports Outlet for all your sports needs. 703 Black Horse Pike, Glendora, New Jersey, 0802. Phone number 856-939-2030. Find them on the web, sportsoutletnj@comcast.net or sportsoutletline.com. We are back from break.
Yeah.
Live
Glad to be
here
back.
from the Real Talk Studios.
Awesome. Back to more Eagles, right? More Eagles talk.
Back to more Eagles talk.
It's great to have football back, isn't it?
It is.
Honestly,
great,
it's
yeah.
the best time of the year.
Well, yeah, next week, by the way, next week our show is going to be the Atlanta preview. We are going to be the first show talking
Are we doing
about
that
game.
Labor
Yeah.
Day weekend?
Yeah, we're
That's
gonna
Saturday.
Labor Day weekend, yeah.
Alright,
We're the
awesome.
first show to talk about the Atlanta game. So,
That's the
Awesome. That'll
Yep.
be a
next.
huge season preview too.
yeah, huge season preview. Anyway, we are back talking about the Eagles and the divisional updates. Did you guys watch any of the games involving the Giants last night and the Redskins?
I did not. I was
I
working.
caught some of the Giants-Jets game. I didn't catch whatever.
Is that
happened in
after
the
you got
Redskins
locked
game.
out of your house, or
Yeah. It's,
after that whole fiasco?
Yep. And Saquon Barkley's still hurt. Evan Ingram got hurt and has a concussion. Now he might not even be ready for Week 1 because they're serious with them concussions now. So
I just want to see Cop Pizzle just act up again.
I just want to
Yeah.
see him go nuts.
More
Yeah.
suffering for the Giants fans.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I
It's
love
good
it.
for business, baby doll.
All right, and we got a comment on YouTube. EDP, what's up, baby?
What up, EDP?
How you
Yo,
doing?
what's up, EDP?
What
Yeah.
up?
What
We're
up?
gonna have a very, very special guest soon,
Yeah.
right?
Yep,
Yeah, very
definitely.
special.
Yeah, and yeah, it's gonna be a fun time. But I saw some of the Giants Jets game the other night. Sam Darnold lit them up.
Did he really?
He lit
I think
'em
the
up.
Jets won that game. Even doesn't really matter in preseason, but
Yeah,
they did win that
they
game.
won the game.
Yeah.
And then Sam Darnold and McCown became a meme after the game because they both like put their
Oh, the
hair back
hair
at the same
flips,
time.
Whatever.
Yeah, that was funny. And Henry Pena chimes in. He says, "I heard rumors about the Cowboys benching Dak Prescott. If they do that, Dallas would shit the bed for the rest of the season."
Yeah, I don't know who would their quarterback be. Mike White or Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush.
It would be Cooper Rush.
They do have Mike White too, but who knows if he's gonna
Cooper Rush
make
sucks.
the roster.
They suck.
He's
These
worse
guys.
than Nate Sudfeld, right?
Dude, honestly, Nate Sudfeld might be better than Dak Prescott at this point.
I don't know about that.
Actually, no,
Me
I
and
don't
Kyle
think so.
disagree.
Nah.
We actually
No.
we give respect where it's due, but
Yeah.
that's
Nah.
about it.
Yeah.
Well, Sudfeld would be backup at least on that team.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not hard to be
I don't know.
backup
Now,
on that team.
now Nick Foles, Dak, that would be a debate right there.
Ugh.
That would,
Nick Foles would start on that team.
that would be a
But
debate.
Foles is a system quarterback, I think.
Who do you think's
So-
better, Kyle Foles or Dak?
The champion.
Foles.
Champion Foles.
Yeah, the champion.
But his system is what he does well in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now if it's Wentz
So-
or Wentz, I gotta take Wentz out of the
Oh,
three.
yeah, easily.
I just can't ignore the talent. It's like
Wentz is a top 5 QB in the league.
you know,
He
I
is.
mean,
he has the talent and the results. Not like Sam Bradford, someone who just has the talent or
No
like a
Sam
or-
Bradford ain't even bad though.
That's what I know. I do
He's
like.
not
I
bad,
always
but-
liked Bradford
Yeah.
or like a Jay Cutler. They have the talent,
Ooh.
but they just didn't.
Jay
They didn't
Cutler.
produce.
Average
Yeah.
Jay
You know?
Cutler.
They didn't produce the results.
No, my friend that I always
One
went to
time.
bars with, you know, Sean, right? Like we would go watch the games where Jay Cutler was playing, and we'd both be like, "Average Jay Cutler," because
Average
he's
Jay
not good, he's
Cutler.
not bad, he's just average.
Average. Well, he sucks now.
Yeah.
They can barely win. He's back in the booth or whatever he's doing, retired.
Well, Booth is a good job for
No,
him.
that's what we want. Shit. Everybody wants that job.
Yeah, the booth.
Yeah.
I mean, they get it so easily too because they know the game, like ins and outs of it. Like Tony Romo, he's one of the best color commentators I've ever seen.
Can you
already.
believe now you got Tony Romo and Jason Witten both on A teams?
Yeah.
ESPN and CBS, and you got you got Troy Aikman on Fox.
Tony Romo calls out the play before it happens.
I know, he just knows.
That's nuts. Yeah, I mean it's crazy, but yeah, EDP says not much, just try not to pass out in the gym.
Nice.
Hey, nice.
Yeah.
Is he excited for his week in Philly? Is he ready to come
yeah,
back?
EDP, are you excited to come here?
Making your
Philly?
big return. Yeah, I think he hasn't been here since the last Falcons game, right? How was he?
Yeah,
because
because he didn't go to the championship game. He didn't go to the
Yeah.
parade. So
Well, yeah,
he went to the Super Bowl.
well, he's thrown a tailgate with him, Felipe, and his girl Jess. And he said that pretty much anyone could come, so that would be pretty cool.
All right,
I'm
so
sure
we'll
he'll
come by.
he'll be signing
come by.
autographs. Remember that the little kids
Oh
went
yeah,
up to
they
him.
loved
Yeah,
it. That was crazy.
that was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be
Made respect for EDP and what he
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
You know,
I have a lot of tailgates to go to that.
he
day.
started
So
from
do
the
I.
started
I'm
from the
getting
bottom.
there at 1, and then I'm going to the one tailgate that I can't mention, and then I'm going to the 82D, and then
Yeah.
I'll probably cap that off with the one at EDP. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
It's gonna be a busy day. It's gonna be
I'll be busy. I'll be
it's
there
gonna be one
early.
for the ages.
I don't usually get there that early either.
Henry, no one's denying that. Everyone knows that Carson Wentz is our future. Like nobody's denying
What
that.
was his comment?
His comment was Carson Wentz is our future. Everyone doesn't see it. Sooner or later they will. Like nobody's denying that he's not the future.
Well, I think by this time next year we won't be talking about Nick Foles.
Like no.
Do you think
well,
so?
Nick Foles is gone after this year.
Yeah, you know.
Like the reason why I'm talking about
He's
Nick
gonna
Foles.
pay his respect.
No,
right?
the reason why I'm talking about Nick Foles is because when someone wins, I embrace it.
Mhm.
All right, that's what I do because it's a big moment.
It hasn't been that long since we won.
It's like when
you
Derek
know?
Jeter retired for the New York Yankees. Everyone loved it because even the Boston fans were cheering for him because he won 5 rings there.
It's just people today are so ready to get to the next thing and move on so
Yeah.
quick. It's just how society works.
No,
and
it's just that Eagles fans are assholes.
you know.
This is our fan base is completely different from everyone else. Like, I mean, we just won a Super Bowl, and everyone's like, "Oh, we suck. This is a horrible performance in the preseason for the whole team." They don't think we're gonna make it back to the Super Bowl. It's like, give it a fucking rest. Like, enjoy the win. I don't get it. Like, I have a love-hate relationship with the fan base, but there are a lot of smart fans out there that I like and respect. But some people jump off the wagon way too quickly, and it's just give it a fucking rest.
I just try to ignore those people. I just think they're just bored. Just
Yeah.
trying to create controversy within the fan base. So
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what we did all off season. I mean, me and
imagine if we played good in the preseason. There'd be nothing to talk about.
I mean,
there'd be no controversy besides Foles and Wentz.
Darius and I created that whole controversy because the off season was so boring.
Yeah.
Like we were like, yeah, Foles should start over Wentz. Like everyone just jumped on
Imagine
us.
if Foles played really good these past 3 games. It would be a really big debate then.
Yeah, I
So-
mean, yeah, but it's preseason. You can't make it.
Yeah, but
much of
people
it.
always do. They jump on this bandwagon,
They're
jump off that
stupid.
bandwagon.
Yeah,
know.
they're dumb. And F Deem says the sky is falling even after one title. Well, yeah, I mean that comes with winning. You don't want to lose ever again. You do want to win more and more and
Yeah.
more and more.
I mean, we honestly forget how it feels to lose.
Yeah,
honestly.
I don't even remember the.
I don't
losing
remember.
feeling.
Yeah.
I don't remember it. Like, I mean, there was this one time when I was at the Falcons game, and the Falcons were going down the field at the end of the game. I looked up at the sky. I was like, God, can we please
Yeah, I think
have
a lot
this
of people
one
did.
time?
Yeah. Me and
Me
Rob
too.
were high up.
And I was
We're
like,
getting blown
dude, I
away.
was screaming
Yeah.
so loud, and I
remember
was
that
having like
kid?
such
Remember
a
that-
headache.
Remember that kid jumped in
Yeah,
my arms? Remember that shit?
I was like, no, I was just like when they were driving on the field and they got the first down, I just looked at the sky. I was like, God, can we please have this one time? Like, please. And all of a sudden, Julio Jones goes right through his hands, and we were like, did
Yeah.
that really just fucking happen?
Yeah.
Like, we were all now, granted, all right. Now I
I
was
just love when that stadium explodes like that.
I didn't
It's like the
explode when
best feeling.
I didn't explode when it went through his hands. I exploded like 5 seconds after because I was waiting for that flag.
Yeah, you
'Cause
couldn't believe it, yeah.
If that flag came out, the pass interference, that game was over.
Imagine flags this
That
year.
game was over.
With all the fucking
yeah.
head, helmet to helmet, lowering the head, whatever it is.
Well, they said on the broadcast the other night that they expected to go up a lot. Like it was like 39 calls last year. This year it's gonna be like 141. Yeah.
It sucks.
I mean, it sucks, but it is what it is. And EDP said, "Shit, I remember what it feels like to lose." Yeah, we all do, man. And coming from you, that's huge because every single week.
It's just been a while. Obviously, we remember,
Yeah.
but it's been a while. We haven't felt that in a while.
No, it's
know?
it's been a long time. Like last year, it felt like we were the New England Patriots. Like
You just show up and win.
yeah,
You know?
show up and win.
We
Go
got
home.
like cocky, we're dancing and shit, and usually when we do that shit, we play bad, but we
Yeah.
were still winning. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was insane.
I know.
Yeah, that's what I want the link to turn into, a place where teams fear to come.
Yeah,
Like
I mean, we have the fans, we have the talent, we have the coaching, got the
Yeah.
quarterback. You know.
Like the Patriots at Gillette.
Yeah,
That's a place like teams actually fear to
Yeah,
go
we
to.
have to start like tinkering with the headsets and
yeah,
deflating balls, and we'll be
Yeah,
the
right.
Patriots,
Yeah.
right?
Hey, maybe.
Stealing someone else's
Maybe.
playbook.
yeah, exactly. I mean, Gillette. Hey, I went to Gillette. What the fuck? I
You
went
love
to Gillette.
that stadium, right?
I did. I think it's one of the best stadiums I've ever been to. But what the hell is happening here? Yeah, your phone's trying to tap into my computer, Scotty.
Oh shit! About to steal your information.
Henry Pena said, "I was happy as hell when we won our first Super Bowl. I nearly cried, but didn't." I'm the complete opposite. I cried like a little bitch during that Super Bowl. Like I couldn't contain it, and I don't cry much. Like it takes a lot for me to cry, and I couldn't contain it. Like I really couldn't, because you realize it just hits you right there when you see the Lombardi Trophy and you hear the music. It's like a dream come true, and it happened, you know. And F Team says last year felt special. Last year didn't feel real, you know, because the years leading up to it, you know, you're watching the Eagles and you're like, you start winning games and you're like, wow, we're actually pretty good this year, and then you just lose. You're like, wow, that was expected every single year. And then this year, it never happened. Like, we'd lose a game, and then we'd win 5, and then we'd lose, and then we'd win 5. Like, it was just it was a great year to be a fan. Like, I wish every year could be like that. Unfortunately, I don't know if that's going to be the case, because last year's team was just so well put together, and they meshed perfectly.
And now we have like we brought in a lot of older players, talented players, but how will they adjust to the culture?
Yeah,
right? The brotherhood.
Yeah, I don't really like the Michael Bennett sign. I'm going to be honest with you. But if we have to get rid of Brandon Graham, he'll obviously fill the
He's
void.
younger too, Bennett.
Yeah.
What, like a year younger?
A couple years younger, I think.
I don't know. A couple of years. I think Bennett's 29, 30.
Bennett is 30.
I think Brandon Graham's, he's not 30 yet.
31.
Is he?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, Brandon Graham's old, dude. And he wants a lot of money next year. So it's, you know.
It is what it is, right? There's tough decisions every offseason. This next offseason is going to be really big because you're going to have so many retirements.
Yeah.
Jason Peters, Darren Sproles.
Yeah.
So.
TTP T Ballin says, "Yo, what's up? What's up, TTP?" Todd Womack says, "I'm truly tired of everyone putting in so much stock in preseason games. It doesn't matter. Just want to see rhythm, execution, and when all starters are
It's
out
like we
there."
make the same mistake every year. You
Yeah.
know, people never learn,
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, especially after we win a title. You know, we made Cowboys fans cry last year. Just put that in the back of your head. Like, there was this one Cowboys video maker that was like, they had a bunch of injuries, and they didn't only win, they won the Super Bowl. Like, it just looked like he was about to, like...
D-Town. He didn't do that. D-Town's done. Or what's his name? Oh, God. The one with Philadelphia used to be... What's his...
Oh, the Cowboy show.
Yeah, Cowboy.
Shango.
Shango, yeah.
Yeah, Shango. Yeah, I mean, Shango, he's a good video maker, but I was telling him, dude, like, you're being really delusional now because there's no way in fuck that this team is going to win a title. Like, you guys have to get a different QB.
Oh, no, Bennett is
Or in a
32.
different head coach.
Huh?
They need a new
32.
head coach,
32.
too.
Yeah.
Jason Garrett's done.
Jason Garrett is never going to get replaced.
Next year he will.
No, he won't.
Yeah.
You want to know why he's not? Because Jerry
Jones.
Jones tells him what to say and what to do and how to act. he's his puppet. You know, he has him on strings.
Something might finally break. I don't know.
I don't think so, man. Like,
We'll
I mean,
see.
It's like Marvin Lewis syndrome, same type thing.
it could be. You know, I don't know. And then Final Flash said it was Ultimate Cowboy 82. Yes, it was. That was the guy that said that was just like in shock we won the Super Bowl.
Who was it?
It was Ultimate Cowboy 82.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, okay.
And EDP said, people are putting too much stock into the preseason because the starting offense hasn't scored a fucking point all preseason. Yep, it is true.
I mean, that just sucks. It's just like, but it is what it is, I guess. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's why there's controversy.
Yeah, I mean,
Even if we lost, we wouldn't care if we were losing, but just score a fucking point.
yeah, I mean,
You know?
scoring a point's a big deal. Yeah, you as a fucking NFL fan, you want to see your team score at least 1 point in 3 fucking preseason games. But I mean, yeah, I mean, whatever. TTP Ballin says, I bet Doug Peterson picked the first 5 plays out of a book and is just running variations. Not weird one bit. It's true. It's very vanilla. F-Team says, oh, man, Cowboys fans dip after that 37-9 game last year. And then the great video rant. Yeah. All right. But, yeah, I don't see any cause for concern when it comes to the Philadelphia Eagles this year. I think we're all going to forget about how all of this transpired. And come week 1, we're going to put up some points. So that's all I'm
Awesome. That's all we can hope for, right?
Exactly. And no one in the division's better than us. So.
Oh, no, not at all.
No. It's
Not with the way things are going.
like I have the Cowboys personally going 10-6. But they're not going to beat our record at 12-4, 13-3. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah,
So-
I have them at 8-8. I don't even have them that high.
I have them at 7-9 ish. They're not that good.
And I have Giants or Redskins 6-10.
Yeah.
I have the Giants.
I mean,
at 9
maybe
and
the
7.
Redskins could surprise with like Alex Smith. I don't know.
No.
I don't. They're bringing in Adrian
Old.
Peterson now. It's like
Old.
it's pathetic.
Might as well just rename them the Washington nursing home. Like Jesus Christ. Rename that
just
team
do-
the Washington nursing home.
Just do whatever the fuck they want. They fail
Yeah,
every
you got
year.
Adrian Peterson who's 35, Alex Smith who's 34, freaking
You bring in Adrian Peterson like a week before the season. He's your starting
Jamal
running back.
Charles who's like 31.
they bring
and-
Jamal
yeah,
Charles
and he's
in, too?
spent, I mean, Jesus Christ, that
Dan
nursing
Snyder
home
just
down
loves to
there.
shuffle out that money to
Yeah.
fucking.
I'm going to be going down there week 17 because the bees will be gone.
Really,
so-
they'll be off.
God.
They'll be frozen over.
Yeah. They'll be trying to get to you. But
Just
won't
sit in
come.
those dream seats. They're not that expensive. Might as well.
Yeah, they're only $200 for
Getting,
those
get,
fucking.
get into another fight.
Yeah, with that old
They
dude.
probably went down the prices maybe. After
Henry
losing Kirk Cousins.
Henry Pena on YouTube said, hey, what game will be a challenge for us this season? I'll go first. The one game I think is going to be an ultimate challenge for us is the Saints game. I think
Yeah,
Go-
that's going to be in New Orleans.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, it's
going
gonna
on
be
the
tough.
road in that dome, we're wearing the home jerseys, by the way, so it's going to be a home game for us, technically. That's going to be the biggest game of the year and probably the biggest challenge. because
Mine's the London game. Never played
That's
in
tough.
never
That'd be
never
tough,
played
too.
in London
it's
before.
neutral, though.
I guess it's neutral, but playing a really good Jaguars team, and this team doesn't. I mean, not saying they don't travel well, but when they go to Seattle, like any far as fuck distance,
Yeah.
they don't play good, and you're going across the pond to London. So
Yeah.
I think that'll definitely
That'd
be a
be tough.
challenge.
Yeah,
and the
that'd be
game's
tough.
at 9:30 Eastern. I don't know what time over there.
I'll be watching that on my local bar.
Yeah,
I'll be going to drink at 9:30
that's
in the
an
morning.
early.
I'll get up.
That's an early England
Yeah,
round,
during
right?
during Eagles season, I'm going to be drinking early.
Yeah.
Some of these games, I'm going to be early with it.
I'm gonna try
That
to.
one be one of them.
Maybe I'll be down in Atlantic City and wake up early to go watch a game in a bar and then gamble after.
Might as well. It's a great
Yeah.
spot.
It is, but yeah, that's cool. I mean, London games I'm not really a fan of, but whatever. All these. All right, F Team says all these idiots on comment section saying Eagles are gonna be trash. I mean, that's what winning gets you. Hate if you haven't learned from the LeBron James now.
They say that every year, even if we
Yeah.
don't win. They just
Yeah.
hate. They hate the Eagles fans.
Yeah.
A lot of.
They hate
opposing
us because we're
teams.
loud.
They
Yeah.
hate us because they ain't us.
Yeah, right.
They
Remember the Hall of Fame? We were even chanting everywhere. Fucking
Yeah.
Indians game. Wild sheets. Shit.
EDP,
Wawa.
Shit.
Everywhere.
EDP just said it's 6 a.m. for him on the West Coast.
Jesus Christ.
That is an early day.
That's an early. That's an
Well,
early
the
day.
games are usually at 9. The 1 o'clock games over there, right?
Well, they're 10 a.m. games over there.
10
yeah.
a.m.
Yeah. 6 a.m. That's early.
That is early.
Yeah. It was really early. He's gonna pull an all-nighter.
I'm sure some people will. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's only 16 games.
Yeah.
Hopefully 19 for us, right?
Yeah. I want to make that one special though. I'll probably be somewhere like in AC, like I said, or Las Vegas. Who knows? But yeah, it's gonna be a fun game. I don't really see the Jaguars game as a huge challenge because I feel like the Eagles are gonna be up for that game in particular, and since it's a neutral site, I don't know. I think the Eagles will pull that one out. I have that on my schedule. I think they're gonna pull that one out.
What is your? I just have a random question. What is your Super Bowl prediction or picks this year?
My Super Bowl prediction this year, I have the Houston Texans versus who is my NFC pick? The Rams.
Damn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you think we lose in the conference championship?
I think
or
we lose somewhere in the playoffs.
somewhere in the playoffs.
In my honest opinion, hear this one out. We either lose in the first round or we lose in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Yeah. We're not going to lose
Now,
an NFC Championship
and
game.
what do you blame? Why do we lose? You think because Wentz hasn't played in the playoffs, or is it the defense that falls
No,
apart?
I just think we have an off game.
Yeah.
I just think we have.
Against a good team.
Yeah, against a good team. I just think we have an off game. And would I be disappointed? Yeah, I'd probably feel heartbroken.
So
but
who? What do you think of the Packers? Packers get in? Or
Packers always scare the shit out of
who
me
are the
because
big?
we
Who's
can't
our
beat
biggest
Aaron Rodgers.
threat? Packers, Saints, Rams, something like that.
In my opinion,
Right now, I'm saying
number
the Rams.
12.
I don't think anyone's scared of the Vikings
Was it
after
number
that
12?
game last year.
Aaron Rodgers is my biggest threat.
Yeah.
The guy scares the shit out of me. We can't beat him.
That would be something. I mean, that game would have to be here. If that was the NFC Championship game, the Eagles Packers.
Yep.
That would be something. You know.
Yeah, I mean, do I think we can repeat? Oh yeah, absolutely. I think we have the star power.
And you're high on the Texans now. I'm really high on the Texans. I'm not that high. They're gonna
Not
make
that
the
high,
Super
I
Bowl.
mean-
But so what?
Texans are gonna be fucking good.
So you're
They're
sold
gonna
on.
be- they're gonna be
You're
good,
sold
but
on
I don't-
Deshaun Watson,
I am.
J.J. Watt back,
Deshaun
Jadeveon
Watson's
Clowney.
Deshaun
If
Watson's
healthy.
great.
If healthy.
Deshaun Watson is a
They're
black
all-
Wentz.
I think
I know,
they
they're
sneak-
all praising him everywhere.
I think they sneak into the playoffs, and the AFC will be a lot tougher this year, though.
Which is why I don't get why the game's so late. Oh, it's week 16.
Yeah.
Eagles and Texans. I don't get it. Like, why don't you have that in
playing
prime
for
time?
play for the number one seed. It could get flexed.
Yeah.
But
I mean, yeah, but it's in different conferences.
it still could get flexed to Sunday night.
Yeah, but that's a big matchup. You know,
is.
we don't even know if Wentz is going to play. We could have the number one seed.
Yeah.
It could be sitting. You know, it's a weird one, but yeah, it'll be a good game. It'll be cold as fuck that game.
We play the Redskins week 17, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll definitely be a sit
In
our
FedEx.
starters.
FedEx.
And we'll see how that one goes.
Watch that be the game to get into the
You
playoffs.
play the Redskins again the first time on Monday night. They love
Yeah,
that Eagles. We always kill them.
I know.
We
It's 'cause
always
it looks
win
good.
on
it
Monday
looks
night.
good against a divisional rival.
Or like Washington D.C.,
Yeah.
Philly. you
Yep.
know.
EDP says, "What if we go 16-0, become the first team since its 72 Dolphins to win a Super Bowl and go undefeated?" Laugh my ass off.
It's possible. Who knows? If they're winning the Super Bowl, like how could you
I
never
guess,
say
but-
never?
16-0 is tough.
That's how tough that is to do.
Not only is it tough, like
we
week
could have
16,
been
like,
14-2 last year if we played our starters. That's the Cowboys. but-
Yeah, that would have
Yeah.
been nice. Sweep them 6-0 against the division.
I would love to go
Eggs.
16-0. That would be fun.
That's our new goal, right?
Yeah.
That would be fun. You know, I do want to create a dynasty here. That's for damn sure. TTP Ballin says the NFC has so many great teams I can't even make a prediction. Yeah, they do.
There could be a lot of 10-win teams that don't make the playoffs.
I know.
I mean,
Including us.
I don't know about that. I think
Yeah.
I have over 12 wins, but
Yeah, I have us 12-4. But it's a weird year because we have the Rams on the road. I have the Vikings at home on my birthday. We have the Saints on the road. We have Jaguars in London. We have a lot of tough games.
Ugh.
I even have
games.
I think the Panthers are going to be back again this year.
Nah.
Uh,
I think
could
that-
see them being like
I
10
don't
and
like
6.
Cam Newton.
You don't.
I think he sucks. I think Cam Newton sucks.
49ers. They could be 10 and 6.
they can be 10-6. I think they'll be better.
Garoppolo.
And those teams that might be on the outside looking in because you got the Vikings, Pack. There's like at least 8 teams.
Yeah.
And only 6 spots.
But that's how usually this
Seahawks.
is coming in, though.
you know.
Like usually around this time of year, everybody goes into the year thinking they're going to be good.
Well, some teams are going to be. I mean, I don't have
Some
the
teams are going to be good. Some teams won't be. They
Redskins.
suck.
Well,
Yeah.
every
Buccaneers.
NFL
Dallas.
fan thinks their
Dallas
team's
isn't
going to be
gonna-
good. Like, you know,
Yeah,
we
exactly.
went to the Redskins game last year.
Well, we just saw that Redskins fan. He wasn't too optimistic. I remember at the bar the other night.
Yeah, he wasn't optimistic. He was realistic about everything. He thinks that
7 and 9.
he didn't think they were going to have a good year.
And that was that before or after when they signed Peterson? A week ago.
This was right after they signed Peterson. See, Adrian Peterson, when he was ran the way he was ran for such a long time, and his age, he's at the end of his career.
I mean,
I don't
he
see
was
him-
on 2 teams last year and didn't
He wasn't
do
even
anything.
He wasn't gonna. He wouldn't have signed with nobody this offseason and would have retired if not for what the running back situation down in DC.
It's just a
and-
shame when running backs are
And
done.
Washington gave him a call saying, "Hey, you want a 1-year deal to play for us?" And he, a couple extra $1 million, and he took it. That'll be the last contract he'll ever have.
I have a good question. TTP Ballin says he asked this on the Fix on Wednesday. Do you guys agree there's a greater chance we don't make the playoffs than win back-to-back Super Bowls?
I actually,
absolutely would be
because of how
shocked.
tough it is, I think it's easier. I like the chances more of them missing the playoffs than I do, get them going back.
I just don't see us missing the playoffs.
I don't see us missing the
we're just
playoffs.
so
I'm seeing it's
talented.
easier to see than to go back.
Well,
and
obviously, there's only you have what, a 3% chance to win the Super Bowl. There's
Yeah.
33 teams or 32 teams, so.
Now, we would look different on the road than at home. Like, we obviously had the #1 seed last
win.
year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's definitely the key. I mean, the
Yeah.
link is. Remember when the link wasn't home field advantage, like an early.
We had a
lost,
10-game losing streak.
Yeah, we lost
Yeah.
10 straight games, but I
Yeah.
mean that shit's been.
Oh
over.
yeah. 2000. We were bad that year, and then 2013 into the year.
They're like,
we were-
the fans
think
aren't.
we were like
the
4-0
fans
and
aren't loud enough, and all this
Yeah.
bullshit. And they
Yeah.
redid the stadium, and look at last year. I mean, that was.
It was loud
We're
last
nuts.
year, dude.
it was
you know?
loud. Yeah.
It's loud everywhere.
That P-Rob interception in the NFC Championship game, I couldn't hear myself talk.
Yeah.
Like, it was ridiculous. It was crazy. And it's glad to have that back. Like, I would like to put a roof over it just a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
So it could
we
get even
We
louder.
kind of want a new stadium, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
We're ready for a new
To
stadium.
be honest,
They do
that
have
is a
that
good
at the
question.
top, though.
Mm.
That is a good question. I think 6 years from now, it's time for a new stadium.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
I think so.
Well, by then I think they're gonna either look at. But 6 years from now, okay, the link's 15 years old. But when 6 years from now comes up, they're gonna say, okay, do we want to renovate this stadium?
We've
and get
already
another,
renovated it
and
a
get
little
another
bit,
20
but-
years out of it, or do we want to start to
Well,
look
the
for a new
vet,
stadium?
the vet only
Like
lasted 20 years.
30 years.
30,
32 years or something it was.
Yeah.
Like at the Wells Fargo Center across the street, they were right at.
They're making it
this-
look nice.
They're right. They were right when.
Oh yeah, they're
before,
doing that huge.
Yeah, before they
renovation,
announced the renovations at the Wells Fargo, they were right at the time.
Right.
Okay, do we begin to look for land for a new arena for the
Yeah.
Flyers and Sixers, or do we renovate
I would
it
have preferred that.
and get another 20 years out of it? So, and you know what? The Wells Fargo Center doesn't seem that old. So
I
they
like
chose,
the Wells Fargo
They
Center.
chose to renovate it and get more, use out of it.
It's
and
just
make it look nicer.
everyone's building a dome today.
just-
you
it's
definitely
so-
definitely have an open roof.
A
just 'cause
dome
it's
wouldn't
Philly.
happen in Philly.
Yeah.
I think
'Cause
it
it would take
just
away
to have one.
It would take away the home field advantage, the historic home field advantage of the elements in late in the
I
year.
mean, you could always have
that
it
the
open.
vet
You could have
always
it open
had.
though.
Nah. You ain't having a retractable roof there for nothing.
I mean, it would.
You
bring-
close it in the winter. Like
It would-
if
it would
know?
bring
Yeah, but I'm saying the cold weather elements and
Just-
the
I don't know.
elements.
You
It
know
would
much-
bring in sound. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, there
And
would
you
be
know
a
how
lot
much
more
money
sound.
this team has.
Yeah,
Bill,
a
they
lot.
can do whatever the fuck they want. Maybe a new stadium concept where it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, but
cold,
yeah,
you
but if
know?
you want a new stadium, where exactly you're gonna put it? Like, the NFL stadium's huge. You
Yeah.
know, you're gonna put it like right next to the link and then
Or-
tear down the link.
Yeah, it's
I
something
mean,
something to
They're
think
not tearing
about.
down the link. That's a state-of-the-art stadium.
yeah.
It's really nice.
But FedEx Fields, that's not a state-of-the-art stadium,
Oh,
and I think
God.
that's 5 years older than the link.
Yeah.
5 or 6 years or something older
And
than
it
the
looks
link.
like 15 years older.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
I think the Redskins already started to look for new land to build a new stadium at.
Mm-hmm.
They were interested.
I was telling you, imagine going
They
to
were in-
imagine going to AT&T Stadium and then going to FedEx. Like a shithole versus a palace.
As I know, the Redskins were looking at the land for RFK Stadium where they used to play at back in the day because they kept that open as a soccer stadium, but the national park zone.
The stadium just like feels small.
They might not, yeah.
It just feels like almost like a StubHub. You know.
Yeah. All right, well, guys, we have 12 minutes left on the show. This is a segment called Anything Goes, which means the fans can get involved and ask us literally anything in the world of sports except for politics, because we do not answer politics on the show because none of us agree on politics. So, if you guys want to ask us questions, ask away in the comments section, and I will start. How do you think the Phillies are going to do down the stretch?
Well, the way they look, this is just.
Got so happy about
Jesus
that.
fuck. The way they look, it's just sad. Arrieta last night.
What happened?
Ford
It was so,
gave up a couple home runs, and it pisses me off because Toronto ain't even that good at all. Like, they ain't
Yeah.
nothing compared to what they were 3 years ago. And they lost 2 out of 3 of the Nationals. These bullpen guys are getting figured out. All you got to do is put up the tape of what kind of pitches they're throwing. And these hitters in the professionals, they figure it out. So, Dominguez giving up that blown save, which was a huge game. It would have been they'd be a game up on Atlanta right now. They were gained a game on Atlanta right now, and if Atlanta won last night, this division would have been a wrap.
it's a shame.
It would've been a
Atlanta's
wrap,
not going
and
away. It's such
Atlanta's
a
good.
Young and
They're good.
A young and
They're
talented
good,
team.
but the Phillies, it sucks because they were in first place all summer up until
now,
last
when
week.
is the series against Atlanta?
They
When do
play in late September 7
So,
times.
I
They
mean,
play
there's
4 times in Atlanta, 3 times in Philly.
There's
the last
definitely
series
still
of the year.
hope. It's just
Oh yeah, there's still hope, but I mean,
you
the
can't
way
you
they're
can't have stretches like this.
No, you can't.
You know, it's
Aaron
too late
Nola-
in the season for this shit.
Aaron Nola pitched his ass off the one day he pitched his ass off that one day, outdueled Max Scherzer and everything, and basically brought us in. So
Yeah, guys, I'm sorry, guys. The Phillies are done.
they're not done.
They're done.
They're not done.
I watched this team, like, the way they played in Toronto last night, it just showed me that they don't want it. Like, I mean, you have Arrieta
And plus,
on
a
the
lot
mound.
of this fundamental bullshit, like
Yeah.
Scott Kingery playing shortstop, when I've said this and Tom has said it before,
Yeah.
he's not a fucking shortstop, and you
Man,
got
why are you
fucking-
still doing it?
Why are you still
know?
doing it? Why is Carlos Santana, who has shown time and time again that he cannot play playing first base every day?
He's
Why
not-
is Justin
We're in the
Bohr
middle
not
of a
platooning with him
playoff chase.
in a playoff chase?
Yeah.
You know?
It makes no sense at all. You know, use Ramos as a pinch hitter, and that's fine. You know, I like the platooning there as a catcher with Ramos and Alfaro. But I mean, Jesus Christ, a lot of this shit is fundamental shit, and even that he does in games.
Yeah, TTP Ballin said
So-
Odubel can't hit shit. Also,
Oh, that's another thing about Odubel. I like Odubel. I think he's a good hitter. But, I mean, dude, these fundamental base running mistakes he makes.
he needs to
these-
cut his fucking
these
hair.
decisions he makes in the field, it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I almost played a
That was
fucking
good,
drinking
that was
game.
That was a Rob rant.
Well, I mean,
you know?
he's scared that the Phillies gonna make the playoff.
Well, dude,
gonna make the playoffs.
Like I said
baseball
this-
with Rob. a new
I said this a
segment,
couple
you know?
weeks ago. Like, it's scary to look at this and see that, you know, you're almost
Just the
like
drop
you're
off.
feeling
you
a
know?
collapse coming.
they're
with all this
69
stuff.
and 60 now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kyle, why are you so happy?
because of the number 69.
Oh, 69. Well, in a couple more wins, it would 70. If they get to 72 wins, it'd be the once if and when they do, it would be the most wins for the Phillies in 6 years.
Yeah,
2012.
I mean,
Wow.
listen,
That's still an accomplishment. But
That's
we're
an
not,
accomplishment
like
in
you said on
itself,
the
but
drive up
you're
here.
in the middle of a pennant race.
You were in first place half the year at least.
Yes.
75%.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
up until last week. and
which
it was,
people on this very platform were calling Gabe Kapler the manager of the year in the NL.
Well,
I was disgusted.
First,
I
they
was
wanted him
disgusted
fired
too.
after 2 games.
They wanted him fired after 2 games, and they wanted
And
him
now-
fired after 2 games.
Now
and
he's
now
the
here they are.
best. And now we're coming
and
back.
now he
It's-
sucks.
And now they're calling him manager of the year, and now they're all ready to call for his head again. And it's like, what the fuck?
They're like, put your fucking coconut oil
I
on
mean,
him.
give me Dave Roberts, give me Alex Cora, give me
Dude.
frickin' Aaron Boone.
Yeah.
Don't
Give
people
me
have-
several different managers in baseball over Gabe Kapler. I
So
mean,
you're done
Jesus
with
Christ.
Kapler already?
He looks like he wants to say something.
You know what manager's still out there? Joe Girardi.
Joe Girardi.
Girardi?
Already.
Yep.
But I wanted Dusty, and I'm still sticking with that.
Why?
The third base coach,
Oh,
Dusty
come on.
Waffen.
Kapler.
I thought you were
I
saying
wanted
Baker.
him. No, I wanted him
Oh.
over.
Kapler. But
Kapler.
Kapler's going to be here for a while. You know
Well,
that.
obviously,
think
but you know, at
so.
this
What do you
point,
mean?
like earlier
They
in the
just
year,
they have a winning record at least.
earlier in the
you
year when he
know?
had those shitty first 5 games or whatever, I was like, give the man a chance. He's in his first couple games in his first season, but look. It's second half of the year right now, late in the year with another month to go, and he's sticking with the same shit and not making adjustments. You would think a guy like this would have it figured out by now. what he
It's
should and shouldn't
it's
do.
common sense
And a lot
shit.
of a lot of this is common
Dude,
sense
it's
kind of shit.
It's common sense. Carlos
It's basic
Santana.
fundamentals.
Santana is not a first baseman like you were saying.
You were at the
He-
game with me the
yes,
one day
he
when
was a-
Arrieta he dropped the ball and the Mets fucking guy
Yeah.
on first goes to third because Santana lets a pickoff throw go right by him.
Santana was a DH for
He was
what,
a DH
3-4
in the American
years
League.
with the Indians.
Justin
All right?
Bohr was a first baseman for 4 fucking years at Miami.
Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's fundamentals, you know.
It's basic
And,
fundamental
and it's not
shit.
it's not even that Carlos Santana is even batting well. He's not. He's hitting 220. You know, put Justin Bohr in there as the first baseman like every single day. You'll make it to the playoffs. But this manager's fucking stupid and retarded
And
at the same time.
Scott Kingery ain't a shortstop. I mean,
Yeah,
he
that
played
makes no
he was a
sense.
second baseman his whole fucking career in the minor leagues, and now he comes up to the majors and he's going to try to play shortstop with professional fucking baseball players. I mean, what the fuck kind of
It's
thought
almost like
process
it's like
is
Juan
this?
Castillo. like
Oh my
fucking,
god,
like,
it's nuts. They're
you
completely they're
know?
2 entirely different positions.
Yeah, like
I mean, if you want to send him down
Or
to
it's like
AAA
Chip
and have
Kelly,
him play
thinking
short
you're-
at AAA,
thinking
I
you're
mean,
smart,
there you go.
thinking you're smarter than everybody else.
Yeah.
You know, like
It's like he wants his fingerprint on every little thing, and
Yeah.
rather than have the team win.
yeah, it's crazy. We have some comments in the comment section.
All
I'm
right.
sure after that.
sure.
Shit.
Well, yeah, they Eagles 01 says Phillies are done. I agree with you personally.
I don't think they're done. I mean, it's a bad stretch, but you have to clean up the bullshit.
Final
you know? It's like you said, fun. Just make the change.
Yeah.
you
Final
know?
Flash said Phillies refuse to play well against bad teams, and it's pissing me off. That's the same thing with the
That's
Yankees.
the same
They
thing
don't
I'm
play well
saying.
against the Orioles. They don't play well against the Tampa Bay Rays. They don't play well against teams they're supposed to beat. It's the same exact shit. They play down a level. That's what the Phillies are doing.
They're playing down to this Toronto team that's not that good at all.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, and it's they fucking took 2 out of 4 from the Red Sox, and now they're fucking losing to Toronto.
Yeah, like what?
Makes no sense.
And they lost 2 out of 3 against the Nationals. That should have been a series win.
Yeah.
The bullpen situation is a completely different issue. Clentak not addressing the bullpen issue, which has been a problem for fucking 2 years now.
Yep.
I mean, Jesus Christ, you got Dominguez getting figured out blowing saves. You started the year off with Hector Neris, who was horrible last year. He's blowing saves out the gate. And you had Genmar Gomez with that success a couple years back. He gets figured out. He ain't never the same. They need real relief pitching, real fucking closers.
Bro, I'm looking at this wild card right now. The Cardinals are on fire.
They're on fire, I know.
The Brewers are the Brewers, and the Rockies, in my opinion, are going to take that second wild card spot.
At this point for the Phillies, don't even look at the wild card.
You got to go for the division.
That's what I'm thinking.
Just go for the division.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yep. Because with the wild card
situation, it looked good a week ago.
Yeah, interchangeable from the Cardinals. You got the Cardinals that are interchangeable,
and the Brewers are good.
And you have the Rockies, and all 3 teams right there are much better than the Phillies, in my opinion.
They are.
They are for the wild card spot.
Yep.
So if you're the Phillies,
you have to go for the division.
Only 3 games out. It's not like if you were 7 games out and 2 games out of the wild card, then your main focus is for the wild card.
Yeah.
But you're right there in the division. You're only 3 games out.
Yeah.
In the division.
Oh yeah.
So if you can take these 2, and hopefully Atlanta can lose this series that they have now, and at least get 2 games back going into another series.
Well, they were lucky Atlanta lost last night.
And the Phillies are right there. I mean, they're right there.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, CBS Sports has them projected 28.8% to make the postseason.
That's a far drop off compared to what it was 2 weeks ago.
Or even a week ago.
They were 75% favorites to make the postseason at one point.
Yep. And they have the Atlanta Braves win the division percentage-wise 77.5.
I mean, you can't be 4-6 in your last 10. You
you
have to at least be 6-4. You have to win.
Before Aaron Nola outdueling Scherzer, they had lost 7 of 10.
Yeah.
You can't have stretches like this.
Yeah, what's with the Mets
like
winning randomly?
It's DeGrom.
DeGrom's
amazing.
Good. They got a couple generational talents there that'll probably be on the trade market in the offseason.
Why don't the Phillies go after DeGrom?
And by the way,
it's interdivision.
If DeGrom wins an Cy Young, I'm never watching baseball again.
Why?
I can't see him winning
the
Cy Young because of his record.
Because wins and loss should matter.
It would.
It should matter.
Yeah, but 1.71's like historically great. That's like
it is.
He's 8-8. He might not even touch 10 wins.
No, and I understand that, but you got Max Scherzer and Nola. I understand that, but 1.71 is
like
ridiculous.
if Nola goes, for example, if we get another 20-game winner for the first time since Roy Halladay in 2010, if Aaron Nola goes 21-5 or something, and DeGrom's 9-10. I mean, you can't tell me like it wouldn't go. You can't tell me that DeGrom gets it over Nola. No way. Especially if, it helps the Phillies maybe get to the playoffs in some way, whether it's division or wild card. There's no way, Nola wouldn't get it.
No,
but
and
that's some NL MVP type
but
shit,
here's
too. He'd be in the conversation.
No, but this is what I'm saying, though. Like, remember what the game we went to last week, Saturday?
Yes, I do.
When they faced DeGrom?
Yeah.
I went into that game telling my buddy that bought the tickets for us, DeGrom is going to win this game today because he is that good this year, and the Phillies aren't playing that well. Guess what? They won 3-1.
They won.
They won 3-1.
You can't be making mistakes like that off DeGrom.
Yeah, but for NL Cy Young,
like
for
Herrera.
Cy Young, it should matter with the wins and losses and then your stats.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If like you've said, if Nola goes 21-5 and DeGrom's 9-11 or 9-10 or 10-10 at the end of the year, you got to give it to Nola, man. That's my honest opinion. Wins and losses.
Nola came out of
matter.
nowhere. Like, he literally came out of nowhere.
He was projected as a middle of the pack starting rotation.
He doesn't even have high velocity.
And then last year,
he just
now
switches
he's
it up.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think he made adjustments. Maybe that's what it is. But he's been pitching lights out all year.
He just switches it up.
Yeah.
Like, his velocity's not there. He throws 94, 95 tops, but he's making it work. You know? I guess that's whatever. I know my boy Luis Severino was a candidate, but he fell off.
Is what it is.
Fell off a little bit, but I just want him ready for the playoffs.
Well, in the American League, he fell off to completely different leagues.
Yeah, it's true.
Arrieta, I feel, has been very disappointing so far. I mean, he's won some big games, but he's also lost a lot of big games.
Well, Arrieta, in my opinion, I think he's shot. I think Arrieta isn't.
He might be.
He's a shell of what he used to be. All right, guys, we're hitting the 3 o'clock hour. We're almost done here. Sorry we couldn't get to some of your comments. We'll definitely read them off next week on the show if I keep them on here. But, yeah, we had a great show today. For me, Scotty, Rob, and Ralphie, the producer. Have a great day, guys.
Take care, guys.
Take care.
We'll be back next week.
Yep. Yeah. Eagles Atlanta preview.
Awesome.
Got it.